Cap it.
Last time on Out of the Abyss, you all had a interesting encounter with some very angry ghosts while you traveled through what was called the Vault of Ghosts, which is a giant, abandoned, ruin, ancient dwarven city deep under the mountain. After laying the spirits to rest, you continue to push forward, though many of the ghosts were angry at your presence and tried to hamper you. Though, thanks to Nakul and his abilities of persuasion and diplomacy, was able to promise one of the souls of a dwarf child that he would find the souls and remains of their family, who was suspiciously led off to battle hundreds of years prior to fight some illithids that may or may not be Nakul's fault, which has kind of caused Nakul to consider needing some therapy. After getting through the Vault of Ghosts, the party found the official entrance to the Underdark, though it was blocked, and there they had to follow Nero. Nero took them through a very dangerous kind of off path, which included some shield surfing and some land, some what do you call those, landslides, where then you all drop down in a tiny little spelunking hole. If any of you have ever played The Forest, there are a lot of caves that you go spelunking in, and sometimes it's really spooky and a lot deeper than you would expect. And that's a good example of what they had to do. And as they dropped down, they finally entered the Underdark proper in what was a Zirkwood forest. So the party is now in a Zirkwood forest looking for a place to not only set up camp, but set up the very, very first outpost. You guys requested that you find a small cave, hopefully a higher altitude, so you could have like a good vantage point. And Teardra reported that they found such a location, and they guided you, and now all of you are arriving at a small precipice that overlooks the Zirkwood forest, a little crack in the cliff wall that has a small cave, just a pocket. It doesn't go deeper, it doesn't wind, it doesn't have any like extra paths through. It's just a small little pocket. And you decided that this would be a good place to start setting up. You think it might be wise to send some of your expedition to forage for food, others to perhaps find a local water source that can supply you. But here you are, and you can finally start unloading. Let me get some pretty music. Let's get some music. How about this? That's a little too intense. How about this? There we go.
Much less suspenseful.
Impending doom.
I think I hear boss music.
Nah, this is just the spooky. It's a little nice. It's a little nice. All right. You're all here. You need to start deciding who are you sending to find some water, who do you want to look for food, and what would you like to do as far as this outpost. The purpose of this outpost is to have a place to store most of your supplies so they can be sent as needed and have kind of a safe spot. Your hope is to make a chain of these because the distance that you're about to travel is quite vast. In fact, I meant to do this earlier. I was going to send you all a map of the Underdark with a mark of, like, a map, like, maps of the Underdark are super weird, just to kind of show you the distance that you are planning in the territories. But this is going to be your first outpost of many. You need to decide, are you going to maybe put a wall around it? Would you like to set up some watchtowers, traps? Just kind of like, I'm going to let you guys have full control over how you imagine you would set this place up.
Nero's gonna close his journal and he's gonna go over to the Zentarum and start ordering them around to put the supplies in organized piles in places. He's going to tell a couple of them to keep a lookout. He doesn't have to worry about the dwarves anymore because they're not there.
Not all of them. There's still some.
I thought all of them. I thought
Oh,
all
no,
of them.
you're right.
We
They
have
did
one.
There are still the dwarves of the Emerald Enclave are still here,
Right.
and the,
Okay.
and there's some from the Lord's Alliance. Just the Gauntlgrim Guard, they
Got
were like
it.
they went off maybe to report. You don't know. They never made the descent.
Right. Okay. So the rest of the dwarves then he's gonna tell to guard, like set up a perimeter and start guarding stuff. And then the Zentarum he's gonna tell them to like how to organize the supplies and to create, basically like let's put these in front. Let's put these like food supplies up front, like weapons second, and then like bits and bobs, odds and ends like in the back. That way we have like a system of approach to procuring these items if we need them.
Ront is going to step forward to the group. He's going to have his axe in hand, and he's going to put it on the ground. Build fence. Lots of wood. And he gestures to the Zergwood forest.
Sounds like a very good idea, Runt.
Ront take orcs. And then they all face Cora. Give blessing. Oh, you're muted.
Oh, muted in Discord. Okay. She climbs up on Ront's shoulders. And, oh, I have this thing, right? Where I can make gemstones, illusion spells on gemstones. So she's going to sort of like this like ceremonial, she's going to take Ront's axe and sort of like as a demonstration in front of everyone and take like a really shiny diamond and like make it sparkle. And then she's going to sort of like infuse it into the axe. It doesn't do anything extra, but it just looks cool. And now it's like an enchanted axe.
All of the orcs bow reverently. In the back of your mind, as you perform this is your first time back in the Underdark in weeks. So this is like your first. In the back of your mind, you hear a little chuckle.
Is it Segojin? What's his name again?
Jimjar?
Jimjar. Do I recognize it as Jimjar's
You
voice?
recognize Jimjar's little chuckle.
Okay.
It's far away. Like it doesn't feel like he's right there ready to have a conversation. Across such vast distances, communication with a deity takes a little bit more effort. But you hear a little chuckle.
She smiles and kind of like delighted.
Billiam approaches Kothar.
Damn it, Billy. I'm haunted by that for the rest of my life.
I'm planning on making this a very super serial NPC.
I'm glad. I wouldn't have
He's
it.
our
any other way.
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
He's our Jonathan.
Sir, I can take the paladins and perhaps some of the Enclave. We can find a source of water at your permission.
Just as we were walking by, did we as we were traveling along, did we see any bodies of water?
No bodies of water, but with how much life there is, you feel like it shouldn't be too hard to find at least a clean spring that can serve the needs of those who stay here.
Okay. Kothar would say, consider permission granted. Just be cautious. Something feels off about this place.
I agree. I cannot feel Tamara's light here. I have never felt so cut off before.
Welcome to the Underdark.
Yes?
Would Yasmin have been close enough to probably hear this? Because I feel like she'd want to send a drow with each person, because that way, do they know the Underdark better? Each group going off, I mean.
I mean, you can be, you can hear whatever, you can say whatever you want. I just want to shout out to the person in the chat who called me a witch for seducing men, using my beauty to seduce men. Thank you. That's true. I absolutely do that. And I damn their souls to the Underdark. So thank you for the compliment.
And confirm my soul's been damned.
Mm-hmm.
Same. Not
It's
just limited to men, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
That's why
you.
we're all here
It's
playing
actually-
D&D.
Thank you,
It's
Alice.
Pride Month.
Yeah,
it's
Just
exactly.
saying.
Trapped us for you've had us for over a year.
Mhm.
Can't do anything about it.
I've technically damned you
there's
all
no-
to the Underdark. Hey, Flazo, can you
She won't let me
take
out
a
of the basement.
screenshot of whatever that incel's message was and post it to my Discord? Because that was actually so funny. I can't wait to make a TikTok about it.
More content.
I've never been so flattered in my life.
So yeah, Yasmin will say, "Oh, before you all go, just let me send a couple with you because they know the Underdark better." So she sends her sister and her sister's partner.
Okay. They're gonna accompany the Billiam and my goal is to say Billiam so many times that it no longer makes you laugh.
Okay, at least it's not Stone Garden Durgan. Okay. Although that moment lives in infamy.
You know what happens when you get 1,000 billions?
What?
You become a billionaire.
Goodbye.
That was so good. I can't even be mad.
My face is turning bright red.
Damn.
Okay.
Do what I can.
I just felt our Virgo connection
Yep.
almost sever. Almost.
Yep.
Not quite.
Yep.
But almost.
Worth it.
I can't help but agree. I can't
Yeah.
help but
I'm
agree.
sorry. It's just some things you gotta shoot your shot at.
Okay,
That
this
joke
is
was wonderful.
this is such a niche joke. Nobody's gonna understand, but I just need to do it anyways. Okay. I was looking at Billiam, and he doesn't look so great. He's looking kind of yellow and feverish. He must have high counts of bilirubin in his liver.
God.
I don't get the reference, but I'm watching
don't get it
everyone
either.
else's, or I'm watching Kurutsu's reaction, and that makes me realize that was good.
I have no idea what it is either, so it's like,
I
what?
understand that it is a doctor joke or a medical
Yeah,
joke.
It's an anatomy
I
joke.
get it.
Oh.
I get that
Bilirubin makes
portion
your
of it. I
tea
don't know
yellow.
what that is because it's super niche.
It's
But
found
I'm
in
impressed
your...
that you know that.
Thank you.
Is it a jaundice joke?
Kind of, but no.
But not really.
It's like bile. Bilirubin's like found in bile, made by the liver, and it's like yellow.
Billy
and
Rubin's got his demons. Is what I'm gonna
I was gonna say
about
Billy
him.
Rubin sounds like the name of like a '70s musician.
Hey, it
Billy
sounds like a
Rubin-
sandwich to me.
like a Reuben,
Like a-
like a
Like
Reuben
some kind of
sandwich.
Reuben sandwich. Can I have the Billy Reuben, or should I get the Martha Reuben?
It's the worst. It's the
Well,
worst
I know.
sandwich
I'm
I've
gonna
ever
get
had.
the Billiam Reuben.
William Reuben. His brother Billy Rubin.
Billiam is standing here just watching you make all these jokes about him, and then he just kind of awkwardly nods and then turns and starts leading his paladins and the scouts from the Emerald Enclave and a few of the drow.
Gothar turns to everyone who was just making those jokes and he says, "Don't worry, he's used to it."
He kind of, you see Billiam go, like, do this. What's funny is Billiam is actually quite a very serious looking person. He looks extremely competent. He looks extremely well adjusted, and you can tell that despite that, he will never get the respect he deserves because his name is Billiam.
I've asked
Damn,
him
what
if he
ass-
wanted
what
to change
asshole
his
did that
name
to him?
before.
He's 1 in a billion.
I feel like I've doomed this party by naming Billiam this thing. It's my fault.
By the way, it's an NPC of the Zentarum making these jokes, not Nero. I just want to clarify. Nero would
Nero
never.
doesn't make jokes like that. Nero
Yeah.
is very literal. I don't think so far we've seen
Yeah.
Nero not be able to like distinguish.
You wouldn't be able to process what your days are saying. I think you'd be like, a billion. You mean a billion? But that doesn't make any sense because he's not like a rich.
That just
person.
makes me think of that joke when the
Yeah.
person tells a blonde, "Did you hear about those 4 Brazilian skydivers? They fell to their death." And she starts sobbing. He's like, "Yeah, it's sad." She's like, "It's just so many. How many even is a Brazilian?"
That's good.
Okay, so we have people looking for
I've not
water
heard that.
and food, at least a source to like. We have Cora. You're not going with the orcs who are gonna go chop down.
No, I've just blessed their.
Giving them like a little inspiration.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But Cora is going to look at. Oh man, you take 2 weeks off and you forget every single character's name. She's gonna look at Lucius. Want to go forage? Forage,
Yes.
find food with Cora?
Food would be very important, especially with all the construction and things going on.
Yes. Cora, forage food for orc.
For orcs,
Mhm.
alright.
For orc.
I will forage for the rest of the group, but also Farvin. Farvin is a Furbolg adventurer.
Is that your friend?
In one of his, yeah, he's
That's
part
one
of
of
my
yours.
Furbolg tribe. In Farvin, help them construct watchtowers so we can keep watch. Make sure the enemy doesn't surprise us.
That's a great idea, Lucius. You were always the smart one.
Huh, thank you. I try.
How much time would foraging take? Because there's something else that I wanted to do at camp, but I just want to know how.
I will consider that, but I do have a question before I set my brain power to that. Lucius, how many furbolgs did you name?
I have about 10.
10?
Dang, you listed
Oh.
10.
That's a
That
lot.
was a lot more than I expected. Okay. That
So-
means, okay, that's fine.
I'm
I'm-
leaving one here.
I just wanted to know because I just wanted to let you know how big. So I went back and kind of like readjusted some numbers because I think I like did it wrong. So there might be a little bit of retcon here. But your expedition total, not including your lizards, and then I just updated it to reflect the furbolgs. There's about 50 of you. You have, you are over, and then plus you 6. So there is 50 of you. So I created a little journal. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I can give you permissions afterwards, but I'll be keeping track of that in the game.
Okay, I see the party journal and the Aston's journal. So
I made a different journal. I'll give you
You-
guys, you know what, I'll just do that right now.
You guys see like stitched in the Zentarum's uniforms, like B1 and like C13. Nero is not going to remember all of those names. He just has a system for identification.
That's rather demeaning.
Orcs gone. So they won't be able to start making the watchtower until enough wood has been brought back. Now, foraging. I would say foraging for this big of a party, maybe you would first want to like scout. If you were to scout out an area that provides a lot of stuff that could be foraged, it would take about an hour of scouting, and then the foraging might be kind of like done over the course of several like 3 or 4 hours to feed a party that big.
I also have Natural Explorer of the Underdark, so I forage twice as much.
Okay, so you'd be able to do it much quicker. Now, what did you want to do in camp?
In camp, and I'm totally paying attention, but there's just a hummingbird that's so
Here's
beautiful
the
right now.
Get a bird cam.
I need to. He's been here this whole time. Like, he fucking loves
Wants to
it.
be a part of the
Ellie,
group.
I
Yeah.
have in my
Fun
patio,
videos.
I have like lights strung up on
Yeah.
the top, so that like little twinkle lights.
I have those too.
A hummingbird made a nest on top of one light. So there is just a little hummingbird nest.
It's probably so nice and warm.
Oh, I
He
mean,
probably loves it.
It's like 110 degrees where I live, so
Oh.
it's definitely warm.
Oh my gosh, he's still here, you guys. He literally is just like, it's so pretty. Okay, the other thing I want to do in camp was like use the drow ambush to like as inspiration on how to set up camp for like traps and stuff.
Okay, I think that while you wait for wood to be supplied, you would start scratching into you find like a little spot on the ground and start scratching out, or I mean, you have supplies, you could pull out a pen and paper. I don't know why I'm
Yeah.
making this so archaic. You just start scratching out designs, ideas. What do you call the
Like a schematic kind of thing?
you make schematics of what do you call it when you have like wood, spiky wood, like set up like barricades?
Yeah.
Like spiky
Yeah.
spiked barricade. I think that you start like sketching out ideas, and you start kind of looking around. You guys, again, you're on like there's like a flat area that kind of then slumps down to where the most of the forest is. There are some of the tree caps actually come up just higher than you are. What was the name of your I forgot to write it down. Lucius, what was the name of your furbolg who's going to be dealing with the watchtowers?
Farven.
What is it?
Farven.
Farven. Okay. I'm going to write this down real quick. Yeah, Farven is going to notice that it wouldn't be too hard to create little rope bridges or ways to kind of climb up onto these caps, and that these caps could be used as natural watchtowers to kind of look overhead in a nice hidden way. And then he is going to work with Cora on kind of mapping out how much of a space you want. And you realize that you could probably create, you want to see? I actually sketched it on stream. See this bit? Does this make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Can't
So, like,
see.
Those are like pillars.
Yeah,
kind of,
so
or
these
or
are like
is
the
that Zirkwood?
fence. Yeah, so
Okay.
these are like the little fence.
Oh,
Here's like
okay.
the Zirkwood caps that are kind of like overhead, and then here's the little cave in the back. So it's just like creating like a little nook. It's not big enough for all 50 of your expedition. The expedition can be outside of it because you just want to stash stuff here, have a hideout, and leave a handful of people here to just essentially live here for however long this whole journey takes, which the more I think about it, sucks.
We're creating like a little stronghold.
Yeah, it's like your own little base, like in
Yeah.
Warlords of Draenor.
Oh, great.
Nira's gonna go over to Cora, who's building the fence. I'm assuming with the orcs. And-
Let's say she's directing them. She's like
Yeah.
pointing
They're
out ones that are
gone
like
right now.
good to.
They're
But you're-
going
Sure.
to chop. They're still chopping.
But
wood.
you're
They're gonna
planning
start
and you're
doing stuff.
definitely the leader.
Okay.
I'm assuming. I'm asking.
You're the master of wood.
I'm like the
Choppers.
I'm the master of wood.
Yeah.
The wood master.
You're the
All
wood
right.
master.
Yeah, Nero actually goes over to you and goes, is there any way that you know of in the Underdark to make pitch?
What is?
Pitch, it's like a sticky tar-like substance that's flammable. We could put it on the walls to make it harder for people to climb up without getting stuck. And then if they get stuck, we could light them on fire.
Would Cora?
Roll a nature check.
Okay.
This kind of plays right into an idea.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go.
Oh shit. Okay. Nat 20. Cora, you hear Nero's description and you recall how a natural material found in marshy, swampy land can be kind of pulled up from the muck. And this has very similar properties. And you think that if perhaps you guys do find a source of water, you might be able to kind of scavenge around and see if there's anything that would be suitable.
Yes. Go with clerics. Go with paladins. Find water. Near water, find pitch.
Water and pitch. Okay. Nero snaps his fingers to B5, and he has one of the Zentarum come over and goes, "Yeah, I need you to go with the clerics and the paladins to procure some pitch from the swamps."
Sir, which way? Oh, I can find it.
Well, don't get lost, Cora. Which way?
Billiam.
Billiam already left.
Okay.
Kothar would have seen which way they went, but he probably had to look around.
They went to the southeast. Southeast, yes, the southeast.
Southeast, go.
Sir,
Go find the clerics, and then go find Kothar. He'll direct you to where the clerics are.
sir, would you like me to just see if there is pitch, or do you want me to actually bring some back?
Both.
He starts looking around for a container and finds a jug, and he's like, he puts it on his head. He goes, I'll be back. And he just wanders into the Zirkwood forest.
Yep.
Why carry it if you don't have to?
I told him to go to
Hopefully he gets it
Kothar
again.
first. What?
It's
I
peak.
already
Kothar
answered it.
Kothar said. where
Yeah,
to find
Kothar
him.
gave us directions.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm right here, Nero. I haven't
Are you
moved for the
telling
past
him to look
15
for
minutes.
pitch?
You're sneaky.
Clang, 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 clang.
You guys notice that Shearsha has already started building a big fire. She hasn't started the fire, but you can see her kind of like getting chunks of burnable things and creating like a little spot. Is it all right if I like start a fire here, or is that gonna like blow everything?
If see slime, pitch on wall, no fire. But now look okay.
Sick. I'm gonna make dinner. So
Yeah, we
wait.
should probably have an area for cooking, so that way people who are here can actually. eat
you know,
stuff.
I can do this in the cave. It just might get a little smoky in there. Actually, I think it might be better if I do it outside.
Just outside of the cave is fine.
There's a way. Stop.
Inside cave, the
What?
smoke rises. Oh, I guess we're in the Underdark.
Um,
Smoke doesn't really matter. Can't really see it in the sky.
Think that fire make too much notice us.
You know what I could do? I could make a little campfire, but instead of open flames, just keep the coals kind of like nice and crispy, and we can just do some slow cooking. It'll take a little longer, but I'll just make sure it doesn't.
Yes.
Cool. Hurry up and get that wall built. I want to make some like open flame shit. And
Oh, I have a question for the DM.
yes.
If I put up a little pocket dimension with my rope trick, can she cook up there?
How long does it last?
It lasts an hour.
Would the smoke go into the pocket dimension?
I don't know.
So she is going to be cooking for 50 people. She could do all her food prep beforehand and then have a rope trick oven up there for when she's ready to go.
That's what I mean.
Sure, yeah, you can set that up. That's what a creative and clever way to use rope trick.
Very ingenuitive.
Oh, okay. Shersha, tell Cora when ready to cook.
Oh yeah.
Clara make kitchen oven up.
She nods and she kind of like waves some people over to help her start setting up like a food prep station. Question, do you want me to use our rations or should I wait until the foragers come back?
Clara forager.
Do you want me to wait and just cook up what you forage or should we just cook up the supplies we have?
Clara not know.
Or was Ellie here when we just determined that like a lot of our rations got depleted?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That happened. What?
That
wait,
did
what?
happen.
Did happen.
Yeah.
Because the dwarves abandoned us.
A
Oh.
lot.
Yeah.
Dwarves abandoned us, so yeah.
Fucking throne guard guys.
How much did we lose?
An indistinguishable amount because I couldn't.
Are rations like spoilable? Like, do they go bad?
They last for a good like 30 days. They're like beef jerky.
Okay, versus foraging would be like
fresh food.
okay.
Maybe you find some fish in a stream or some game.
Okay.
Little underdark critters. Don't know what like edible animals possibly, but like or mushrooms. You know, you've been
Yeah.
foraging in the underdark for like
Fried spiders.
yeah.
Um,
Kothar could create food, but that'd probably be like spell slots and shit.
right.
I
okay.
could create a lot of food, but
Cora, think wait for forage. Keep food. How say safe? Keep food for a long time.
All right, I'll just set up like a little station then. I'll just like, get it all organized. Get my pots and pans.
Yes. Cora,
Sick.
Lucius, go forage fast.
Lucius, are you gonna go
got
with her?
it, Cora. Yes.
All right.
Cora's going to give her like little schematic diagram to Nicole, and sort of entrust him to take over the planning of our little barricade. She's gonna set off with Lucius.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna summon Lumi to help.
Lumi, who's gotten bigger, stretches his wings a little bit. And then Lumi has wings now, right? Can fly?
Yes. As
Lumi,
long as I am not on top of him.
Lumi
not
looks
fly.
at you with like looking like he's asking for permission.
Yes, you may.
Lumi gets so excited and runs to the edge of your little precipice and then just dives down. And then you see him flap right up over the tops of the mushroom caps and like in joy.
I've never seen him this happy before.
Look
Oh.
like fun.
One day I will let you ride Lumi, and you will fly among the mushrooms.
Cora like that. Yes.
Nicole, what are you doing?
Nicole is sort of, after Cora handed him the schematics, he's been poring over it to try and calculate how much they would need to chop down to sort of fence off the area and just doing a whole bunch of the not so fun and interesting things that come with building an outpost.
I feel like Teardra's there helping you, kind of like taking notes, mathing out, kind of guesstimating how much supplies you're going to need. And you realize that this project is probably going to take at most 2 to 3 days of work. But you do feel a sense of security as you're kind of creating like a little protective like a stronghold for yourselves. Kothar, what are you doing?
I have to say, I have a question for the DM.
Yeah?
So I know that Yaslin's group of drow are spellcasters. Do we have any other spellcasters? Like groups of spellcasters with us? Or any high-level spellcasters?
High level?
Well, high as in like around our level.
Oh, no, nobody is around your level even close. The highest is like CR4.
Okay. So I guess Kothar would go up to Yaslin and say, question. Nobody, a part of your group of drow would happen to be proficient in illusion magic, would they?
No, not really, actually. Probably would have been good if we had something.
That's unfortunate. Would have been nice if we could set up something like Ilvara did with her illusion. Especially as we get deeper within the Underdark, it's going to get more and more dangerous, and if we can hide ourselves in some capacity, that's going to be very helpful.
Stealth is necessary for these missions.
And you say that I'm quiet, oh my god!
You say that, and
I'm
you
also
hear
very
a
quiet.
large, like, belch and a big clang as one of your expedition members just drops a big box of supplies and is, like, scratching his ass. And you realize it's gonna be kind of hard to keep, like, a group of 50 people sneaky.
Well, I was thinking not necessarily, like, now. I'm just saying in the future when we start getting smaller and smaller and we get
Yeah.
more and the Underdark and it gets more dangerous.
We're going to attract attention. The chain of supplies that we are setting forward. But if
But
we
any-
eliminate the scouts that come our way, we can diminish their intelligence getting back to whoever they get back to.
What kind of scouts, though?
I'm assuming drow. I'm assuming Spider
We're
Queen.
not just going against Drow, but we're going against a lot of people down here.
Exactly.
As far as I'm aware, we don't exactly have that much information as to what we're going up against other than drow.
Right.
So until we actually face something, we're not going to know.
Right. They have the element of surprise. We have the element of
Us.
Yes. Cora.
They're
Cora.
gone.
Cora's
They're
left.
gone. I'm gonna say that some time has passed and Billiam shows back up. Sir! And he has some like jugs, and some of the group have jugs in their arms. We've located a fresh stream.
Wonderful. How far?
Shit, I don't know how to describe this.
What's its name?
What's a football field?
You can just say, not
100
that far
yards?
from here.
100 yards.
20 minutes walk or
You
something
can
like
you
that.
can just say
Not
X
even.
amount of time walking. is
Okay. About a 10-minute walk down the way. It's in a sunken area. Here, if anyone's thirsty, I imagine we haven't had a proper drink of water. And he, like, kind of, like, directs the other paladins to place down some jugs full of water, and they pull out ladles. And then you notice that everybody from the camp starts kind of, like, swarming around, clearly thirsty. And he takes out
Wait,
a ladle, and he starts...
Because I was like, wait.
Purify it first.
Are we sure it's safe?
It was coming from a stream. Running water is always better. We passed several standing water, right? Right? Am I doing
Correct.
this wrong?
But this is the Underdark. Things don't happen
VIP.
down here.
Just purify it before you drink it.
Good evening.
Thank you, Tezcat. He kind of looks and he goes, absolutely. As he starts, like, gesturing for people to like drop their cups so that they can cast some purifying spells. Everyone roll perception real quick.
Only people at camp?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right then.
Nero is hyper focused on the Zerkwood tree
I even bought
and trying to figure out if he can punch it or not without it falling down.
Nicole is hyper focused on everything stressing him out.
my
Therefore,
my
he
face
knows.
is shoved in the water. Are we sure that this is safe?
Nicole, your eyes glance over. You notice that the Zentarum coming back that has like a littler jug in his arm carrying back. You notice that he's like swigging deeply from a canteen and then like wiping his mouth and then just like tucks it away. Then he approaches Nero. Sir, you were right. Or wait, that's not a Zentarum voice. Let me think of a Zentarum. Sir, you were right. We found some pitch.
With your voice.
Pete. It's Pete.
Pete, I was looking for pitch.
Yeah, we were looking for you. You're good for pitch, yes.
Yeah,
We found
icky
some.
and gross. Here,
Good.
look. It
Yes.
smells shitty too, like rotten eggs. There
Yes,
was a
put her
whole
up.
swamp down there.
When the walls are built, while the orcs are putting up the walls, you are going to paint the outside of the walls with that pitch.
Got it. Makes perfect sense.
Then you're going to grab extra in case we have invading forces that we can dump onto them.
Like a siege.
Yes.
Okay. And then he takes another swig. I'll get to it. Then he
Also,
walks away.
wash your hands. That pitch is
Where am I
not
supposed to wash my
sanitary.
hand?
Yeah, where did your person get that water from?
He walks off. He doesn't hear Nicole talking.
That's
I'm talking to Nero.
Yeah.
That's not water. That's pitch.
No, what he was drinking. Unless he's
Oh.
drinking alcohol, in which case I won't stop him, but...
I'm
I want
assuming. I don't know if
I
it's
want some
water
too.
or not, but I'm assuming it's from our
don't have any.
supply.
Would you mind calling him back here and just checking if it is something else? If it's from the stream, we don't know if it's safe to drink.
Nero rushes over and goes, B5.
Yes,
Back.
Okay, I thought
B12.
And then he slithers back to Nicole. I'm A1, you know that.
Sorry. That's right. Barbecue sauce. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Whatever you say,
Where
barbecue
did you
sauce. I'm back. What's wrong?
Nicole has
Where did
some
you fill the
questions.
canteen?
Where did I fill the canteen? One of the streams.
Yes.
Why?
Did you purify it before you drank?
I don't have that capability. I have a strong stomach. Don't worry about it. If I
Yeah,
get
you must be in
diarrhea,
the
I'll
dark.
just go outside of camp.
Is this a good time for us to tell everyone that we're possibly going against one of the demon lords of fungi?
What? Eh. Wait, am I gonna die?
Go see
Am I
him.
gonna die? He grabs you. Am I gonna die?
Well, if you go get treated, it could be nothing, it could be everything, who knows?
Nero pulls him back away from Nicole because he realizes that like grabbing Nicole is like
Nero.
breaking rank.
Nero. He opens his mouth as wide as he can. Touch my uvula.
Nero instead goes over to his ear and whispers something, and after he's done, he like leans back and says, "Go see a cleric."
Okay. He looks around. What's his name? Votar? Smathar?
It was Kothar.
Kothar,
It
that's
was
right.
Ko-
Okay,
it was
Kothar. Kothar. I'm gonna die.
Cora, where's Cora? What?
Just do it really fast.
Say ah. I cast light and use it like as like one of the kind of those like lights that doctors used to look in.
His breath's kind of bad.
I don't see anything.
Okay.
He drank the water without purifying it.
Are you stupid? Oh, by the God.
It was running water.
Come with me.
Okay.
They go into a corner and he starts like trying to figure out if something's happening.
All right, you go off and do that thing.
Go
Cora,
over to. I go to Nicole. I go, that's why he's not P1.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Honestly.
maybe we should have a course on how to survive in the Underdark for these people.
That would be probably a good idea.
Yeslin, what are you doing during all this setup?
I think Yaslin will probably be looking out and trying to make sure they're safe.
Okay, make
Yeah.
a perception
Yeah.
check.
Perception.
You're totally
Oh, she sees
safe.
nothing.
You are so safe. This is the
She's
safest thing.
distracted.
You
she's
you
distracted by
feel
a light.
so safe that you just pull out your pan flute and start playing like.
I thought you were gonna say she's pulling out her pants, and I was like, "What? Yaslin has pants?"
Yeah.
No.
Touch my Ulu. Cora and Lucius, you are out. You start walking through this Zirkwood forest. You kind of go down a little hill. The Zirkwood trees are so tall, and there are smaller clusters of fungi. You start trying to look around for something that you know to be edible, listening for the sounds of wildlife, keeping an eye out for danger. I need both of you to roll nature checks.
Okay. I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
When you cast guidance, I feel like you hear Jim Jar's voice say, "You got this, kid."
It's also I can cast it on Lucius as well. It's a cantrip.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Excellent.
So you can add
Yeah,
plus
add
one.
a D4 to that.
D4.
Guidance is concentration.
I'm saying you guys could probably do it one after the. Well, that doesn't really make sense in this concept. That's a very good roll. Cora, also go ahead and make a nature roll.
Nature.
Careful. My voice hurts after that. Damn.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
You do have,
Oh.
I think, 2 inspiration.
Oh yeah. you have
I probably have inspiration.
you have
Okay.
2 inspirations because Poof decided to do something a little crazy.
Okay, here we go.
Actually, you guys all have 3 because then you did something crazy after that. Yeah, you all have 3 inspiration.
Lovely.
That's
Much
better.
Much better.
After traveling a ways, you find a kind of a cliffside in a thicket, and you see covering this cliffside are just shelves and shelves of brindle bark, which is a type of mushroom I think it's called brindle bark, I forget. I have to double check. It's that shelf kind of mushroom that it tastes like chicken. This is like chicken of the forest, like jackpot lottery. It's at least enough to get people going for the day. Like you think that you can grab enough to make sure everyone's fed for tonight. And with such high rolls, I think you find other varieties of mushrooms and peppercorns that you think Shearshow would be able to make into quite a pleasant snack. As you start heading back, you hear the sound of running water, and you do remember that some of your comrades were specifically looking for running water.
We should note this on the map so they can collect water as they need it.
You're muted.
What the heck?
Oh, I
Okay.
thought you said I was muted. So what?
No, you're fine.
Yes. Mark. Cora make Mark here and should go look.
Yes. Let us make sure it's safe before we send everyone
Okay.
to gather
We're
from
gonna go
this.
take a look at the water.
You start descending, and as you start walking towards, following your ears, the sound of water, it definitely starts to feel a lot more humid, and you start to smell that earthy smell of a marsh. You think to yourself, oh, maybe fish, this could be like this could be a useful spot. And as you kind of make your way, please, both of you, make perception checks.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Cora, as you kind of look, it's a bit thick, but you hear a little bit of a splashing footsteps. And you see a green cloak kind of flash for a second as a figure turns and walks out of sight.
Lucius, hide.
Lucius like tries to creep back into whatever area he thinks is enough to cover himself.
Are we in darkness?
There's lots of patches of darkness, but there is also bioluminescent mushroom patches here and there. So if you're careful, you could avoid those and be in darkness.
Okay. Cora would like to see if she can pursue this cloaked figure in darkness.
Go ahead and roll stealth. Okay.
19.
You start pursuing. Lucius, are you going to wait or are you going to follow?
Lucius is gonna follow.
Roll stealth, please.
Right.
Lucius, do you have dark vision?
I do with the glasses that were given to me a long time ago.
So you sneak, but Cora becomes completely invisible to you. As Cora's Gloomstalker feat makes her invisible to people with dark vision while she is in darkness.
So Lucius is gonna try and follow the tracks maybe she's leaving.
You start to follow the tracks, but then suddenly you notice that the water level rises, and you are now trudging through a little bog. Cora, you try to catch up, though this bog water starts to slow you down. It smells. But you finally turn the corner, and you see one of the Lord's Alliance spies that has come with you, walking deeper into the bog till he's about hip deep. Then you see him start desperately drinking up as much water as he can before just toppling into the water, just splash. He does not rise. He falls underneath the inky black, and ripples from further away kind of come towards you. And it almost looks like what might be the body of this person being dragged deeper into the bog, out of sight.
Cora's gonna get the fuck out of the water. And she's going to come back. She's basically gonna find Lucius and then sort of pop back into sight.
Oh my god. I thought I lost you.
Need to go now. Explain on the way.
Okay. And he kind of hurries after Cora.
So on their way back to camp, do we need to roll for how many mushrooms and stuff we can bring back, or?
Did you bring mushrooms back?
That was the goal, I guess. Before we would have.
I'd say before you started heading back, you were able to fill your bags with enough mushrooms to at least feed everyone for the evening. You would probably have to send people back the next day for dinner.
Okay. So on the way back, she's going to explain to him what she saw, just him sort of furiously drinking this water. And then, just Did it look like to me that he had been pulled under, or did he like voluntarily like?
It looked like he just froze and then the body was like dragged away.
Okay.
As you explain, you hurry back to camp where you see paladins like standing over jugs casting purify spells, and you see rotten orcs just stacking like a big lumber pile of big tall. They have a pile for long logs and then shorter logs for use, and you just see everything kind of like getting set up.
Cora's gonna like run over to the water jugs, the water supply. No, stop. No. If anyone's drinking water, she's gonna like smack it out of there.
You see their hands are like doing this to it, like
Yeah.
and they go ah.
No drink water. Bad. Water bad.
Oh, Cora, we were just purifying it just in case.
Kothar.
Kothar's actually with the guy who drank the water unpurified.
As he's like in there with you, he's like, "Can we hurry this up? I'm so thirsty." Wait, no, that's not the voice. Can we hurry this up? I am so thirsty.
How thirsty?
Like, I really want a glass of water.
Can I medicine check him to see if like I've discovered anything or thought about anything?
Sure.
And then after that, I have an idea.
Okay.
There's my medicine.
As you start giving him a look over, with a medicine check, I need an additional check. I need an Arcana check with advantage. You're looking at him, smelling, pulling at his eyes, and then you kind of get the idea to do just kind of like an aura check with your power, your magic. You get this sense that there is demonic energy coursing through this person.
Okay, I'm gonna try to keep it cool so he doesn't know something's wrong. And I'm gonna say, wait right here. I'm gonna go find, like, a bunch of empty buckets or empty vases that haven't been used.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take out a scroll of create, destroy water, and create water.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, drink up.
He looks at it and he gets frustrated and he just like tosses it away. He's like, this isn't doing it. And his eyes start looking towards the jugs. I need water. But then he notices the paladins purifying it. And then he abruptly stands up and he's going to try and storm away past the jugs towards where they came from.
I grab him.
You grab his arm. Make a strength or dexterity.
Just an ability check?
Yes.
God help me.
I'm gonna have him roll as well.
You do have inspiration, don't you?
Well, he hasn't
Oh,
rolled yet.
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Is it
we'll
worth
see.
it?
Also, I suck at this, so...
His wrist kind of slips right through yours, and he's not running. He's just like kind of shambling in a direction. I need water. I need to get to water. I need to go back. I need to go back.
So I pop out of the tent while he's walking. I guess I just see Nakul and I cast message, and I just say, I'm assuming that we know his name, Jimothy.
B5.
B5. I
That's
say,
B5.
grab B5 now.
Nicole springs to action to try and grab him.
Roll athletics.
See.
You'll also see Cora looking around the camp for Kothar.
For the record, I'm
Um,
still trying to like be chill, like on the
Yeah.
outside, so I don't send people into a panic.
Cora, you see this guy shambling. You see Kothar kind of like walking like this, and then you just see Nakul come off camera and just tackle. And he goes, let me go. I'm thirsty. My throat is burning. I'm
I
burning.
would like to try
I'm
and
burning.
sink 5 points of lay on hands to try and remove a cursor. It is a disease or poison from him.
A disease or poison.
Yes.
All right, spend those points. As you do, he keeps wriggling, It does not seem to change anything.
Nero's gonna go over and say, Nicole, your technique's a little off. Here, allow me. And he like slithers his tail around the guy that Nicole is currently grappling.
Let me go.
But he doesn't. But like
Barbecue sauce.
the tail doesn't get Nicole. I told you that nickname is not for me.
Hey,
You
what?
can say that.
I'm so
You can say that with the
thirsty.
crew.
I'm dying. Please just let me go back. Please.
Yes. Yes, you are dying. But what if I told you about death?
I just need a drink. Fuck it. Just let me go get a drink of water.
The tail gets tighter.
Wait, you have to roll athletics.
Okay.
Don't get free grapples.
I
here.
would like the tail
thing-
to
the
get
thing-
tighter.
The thing that he's built for, yes.
14.
You did not pass his athletics roll that I have already rolled for him. And he
Okay.
kind of like wriggles you off him. Nicole, did you kind of back off to let Nero try to snaky him, or are you still holding on?
He's still holding
Okay.
on.
He kind of like, you guys, I don't know. You got him, but he looks miserable. You see his eyes starting to get red and like swelling with water with panic. Like, no, I feel like he kind of looks like a guy who just ate the hottest hot wings and is so desperate for a drink of water, but all of you know that the water isn't gonna like help. But he's like, no, just give me the drink of water.
Need you to focus and tell us what your symptoms are besides extreme thirst.
That's it. That's all I have. I'm just thirsty.
Does Cora see Kothar now at this point?
Yeah, you see this whole thing happening with Lucius.
Okay, so she's gonna rush over to Kothar. Water bad. So bad.
Oh, trust me, I know. It's demonic.
Yes.
What?
Cora, see? Green cloak. Go drink water. Go. Body go water. No more.
I don't know if purifying the water is going to be enough. I'm gonna go over to where the paladins are purifying the water.
Like-
And I'm just gonna say, after you're done purifying it, do not drink it.
Do you think there's something wrong?
Nicole is gonna speak up from where he's holding the struggling person. He doesn't seem to be affected by poison or disease, so purifying the water will not help.
He's crying. He's like openly weeping.
Can I do the same like aura reading on the water?
Do you have a detect magic?
Not learned right now. None of my I was not expecting to be thrown into a survival situation, so I have none of my survival spells, not a single one.
Wait.
Does Yaslin?
Yaslin
Does
does have to
Cora?
take magic. Yaslin does have to take
Yasmin,
magic, but
Yasmin, can I
she's,
borrow
like,
you?
on watch, so yeah, she'll come over now. Oh yeah, sure. What do you want?
Can you just read the water for me?
Read the water.
As well
I'll
as-
try. Don't need the measure template, do I?
Is a fiend demonic?
Yeah. Demons are fiends, devils are fiends. Fiend counts both demons and devils. So fiend and demon are yes.
Okay, so Fiend is my favored enemy.
Okay.
Can I roll intel? So I get advantage on intelligence checks to recall information about them.
Okay. Anything else? Because that's very broad.
Yeah. As well as tracking them. I learn their language. Advantage on. You have significant experience studying, tracking, hunting, and even talking to a certain type of enemy.
Okay. Yaslin, you notice that this water is neither diseased nor poisoned, but it seems to hold a curse. But this curse seems fresh. And it seems demonic.
Whatever happened to this water happened recently, and it definitely is demonic in nature.
And Cora, you would be able to roll to track if you wished.
Okay. So survival with advantage. Oh, that was so close.
It's okay because I don't think you're actually right in, like, you're up at camp. I feel like I would, if you guys want to go and investigate, then I would have to call for your actual
Lothar
tracking.
would ask, Cora, do you still have the divination stone the giants gave us?
Yes.
Can I have it?
Yes. She doesn't even hesitate.
I grab it and I say, I'll be back. And I'm going to go like into a quiet corner and I'm going to use that stone to cast divination. And I'm going to try to ask a single question about an event or an activity, and I'm going to try to figure out what cursed the water.
Is there any roll, or do I just get to tell you?
You just tell me. But you can make it cryptic if you want to.
I
'cause
feel
it's
like
divination.
you would think to like bring a bowl of this
Like
tainted
water,
water
yeah.
with you. You place
I
the
do.
crystal in it.
I look in the water.
You look
I'm
into
like
the
looking
water.
in the-
Yeah. So you put the crystal, like you touch it to the crystal and you stare into the water. You see a reflection of a bog.
Mhm.
A Zerkwood bog. And you see a giant being slithering towards the bog. And the clear water, there's like all these kinds of like clear brooks, streams, kind of like feeding into this bog. You see them all as this creature slumps into it. A like black inky liquid radiates from its body and everything becomes tainted around it. And then the reflection kind of like jumbles a little bit, and then you start seeing beings, including one of your comrades, kind of zombie walking into the water and then just guzzling the water, collapsing, and this creature dragging it into its little nest that it's created.
Can I roll religion to see if I know what this is?
Sure.
You can also, while you have the crystal, speak to animals, speak with dead, and speak to plants.
That's really cool. I'm so happy you're finally using this.
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. Religion.
Either religion or arcana.
Religion.
Okay. You've never seen a being like this, but being half demon, you know this is a monster of the abyss. It is not natural to this environment. It is an invader. And it is throwing off the ecosystem here and it is very newly arrived and it is probably going to cause problems.
So after like however many, like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however long this takes, Kothar would like come back out.
We're still holding this guy down after 20 minutes.
He's at this point, he's just kind of like, some of you are maybe like dipping like actual water onto his tongue to like try it so he doesn't die.
Kothar would come back out kind of like, not twirling, but kind of like fiddling with the crystal in his hand.
You come back to
dispensary.
camp, and Cora has her holy symbol that she's like bedazzled with, like it's like transmog is sparkly, and she's holding it at the guy being restrained because she thinks that he's possessed, and she's saying, "The power of Jimjar." What is it? The power of compels thee. The power of Jimjar compels thee. And she's trying to exercise.
All the orcs are going, what do we do? What do we do?
Kothar would like come up behind Cora and like rest a hand on her shoulder, and he would quietly say, "He's not possessed."
Oh. She's like a little embarrassed.
A child of the abyss has made its home inside that bog, and it's still living there. And it's corrupted all of the water in the bog. And God knows what else it's corrupted around it.
Well, that's not good.
Mm,
We need water for our troops. We need to get rid of this.
Kothar can create water.
Not today, no. But I think if we don't do anything about this thing, water's going to be the least of our worries.
We also need to make sure that we have a steady supply of water for anyone who stays behind, so we should really deal with this.
If we take care of this issue, the bog might become clean again. I'm not sure, but regardless, I think this is something that we need to take care of.
Does it look like something that can be beaten?
DM, as it looks like something that could be beaten.
You can
With my 21
certainly
religion?
try.
I mean, I didn't
I
put all of
meant
these
like
plot hooks in your way for nothing.
I meant like physically able to be punched.
I mean, technically anything can be punched, but it... Listen, you can punch ghosts if you really want to.
Right, but I can't punch this curse. You know what I mean? Like
But
I can
you-
punch
you
the
can-
guy that's
you
cursed.
can
I'm not
punch
going
the
to,
guy, yeah.
but I
It
can.
kind of looks like you. It's long and slithery.
Cora
I'm excited
knows.
then.
Cora knows where it is. Can take.
Let's go. Before take this guy, restrain him.
Before we go, I'm going...
Before runs up to you.
You could definitely tie him up or tell people to keep him locked up. Like, they'll listen to
Yeah.
you.
Do I do this? Shit.
You could always rope trick him and stuff him up in a pocket dimension.
Only for an hour, and then you just fall out of the sky.
You could also,
If you go
I
to
don't
the
know, do you
highest
guys
point
not
and then
have
drop him
remove
over
curse?
the ledge,
Mm-mm.
that would
I guess
work.
that was a bit meta of me.
Before we leave, okay, so I'm gonna give people the option to say yes or no to this, because I don't know if this is gonna help or hurt us. I'm gonna ritual cast Water Walk on people who want it on them.
Oh. Fuck yeah.
That's cool.
I like how the
Like the
required material is a
shaman.
piece of cork. So you're just like sticking
Yeah,
corks
you're-
to the bottom of people's shoes.
Yeah.
It's not even like you know how DKs can like water walk or like shamans can water walk, and it basically just turns it into water. I'm picturing like we're just like boing boing
Yeah.
boing like cork, you know, like bloop,
Yeah,
bloop.
just
And it's
Yeah.
if we're submerged, we also just go right back to the top.
Oh.
That's cool.
The spell carries it to the surface at 60 feet around. So it's like, whoop.
Can it be dispelled?
It can be dispelled with dispel magic, but it cannot be dismissed.
It's,
That's the
it's
thing.
not concentration. It's just a thing.
Yeah, it's not. And it lasts for
what
an
a
hour.
fun spell. I'm so excited.
I've
for
been
you.
holding on to this for so long.
Yes, Cora would like water walk.
Yes,
Okay,
it would
I'll-
as well.
Okay.
I will put it on myself.
Everyone who wants it has to say it. Like,
Yeah.
verbalize it. And then.
Yeah, Nero wants to be like a little like water moccasin, like slithering through the river. So yes.
Okay. Is anyone
I
not
feel
taking
like
it?
I was gonna say someone should not take it because if we need to go underwater.
Yeah.
Okay, Nicole.
Does anyone have underwater breathing?
Lucius will also not take it.
Okay.
Yasin got rid of the thing that allowed her to breathe underwater.
Nobody has bubble.
I think that's a wizard spell.
Mm.
Wizard
is it?
sorcerer.
Oh,
I don't have access to it as a player.
Alter,
We had
Alter Shape
Anazira
doesn't allow it.
had.
The helm of
armor
underwater
that-
breathing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
She's gone. No!
She's gone.
It's.
I should also state, by the way, Yasin's detect magic. She can do that an unlimited number of times.
An unlimited amount of times.
It's
Yeah.
an at-will,
You can just,
a drow spell.
So, can we take a break before we go on this grand
Absolutely.
adventure?
Absolutely.
Yay.
This is actually what I was going to say. We should take a little break because I want more whiskey and water. My throat hurts, man. B5 is
Yeah,
I
he's a
know.
little, he's
you
raspy.
certainly
He's-
Yeah.
picked a voice for
Yeah,
that.
you
Yeah,
picked
he's
a
raspy,
voice.
Voice
man.
of our
Sure.
time, Scarlet.
I feel like you kind
Where's
of
the
want him to die now.
No, I want B5 to have a personality.
Wait, do you
Yeah.
think that he sounds like that because he's so hoarse because he needs water,
Thirsty.
and then once he's like no longer afflicted,
He's gonna
maybe
sound
he'll
like
sound
this.
better?
You
Yeah.
know, who
yeah.
Oh, no.
you know the voice I was thinking?
It's gonna sound like
If anyone here has played old school Morrowind, the
Oh,
the old school
Elder
Morrowind-
Scrolls?
Yeah, Morrowind.
Yeah.
Some of the male dark elves, and maybe in other games too, they talk kind of like this, like, "Greetings, Dumner. Do you seek information, Dumner?"
Yes, I play a lot of Morrowind.
That's the voice that I'm kind of imagining for B5.
Yeah.
I played
Oh,
more
wow.
Morrowind than I did Oblivion. I got so annoyed with Oblivion. It's like, hey, look, Patrick Stewart's in it. He dies in the first 5 minutes.
Spoiler!
Spoilers.
Wow, no. The game's been out for like 20 years.
Yeah, it's a long,
Spoilers.
long game.
You know who has a really cool voice in Diablo? The guy who, and this is not spoils if, but it's like, what's his name?
Which one?
Oh no.
Is he Lorath?
Is he?
Yeah, Lorath has a
He
cool
speaks
I
from
ass
the
love
trees.
his
deep
voice.
voice.
You know,
My
do you guys-
favorite.
which one is
comment
Okay,
I've heard-
buff.
Yeah,
Shut the
My favorite
fuck up.
comment I've heard about D4 or Diablo in general is that one of my viewers had said, like, "Man, Diablo really likes their geriatric badasses."
Kinda
Lorath,
true.
the
Well, I
voice
mean-
actor for Lorath was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, very cool.
He
Do
was
you know
yeah,
off
he
the
was
top
a
of your head?
Stark. He was like he died pretty early on.
Early on.
Spoiler, no.
Oh,
Wow.
probably,
He was one of
Ned-
the Starks,
Ned
like
Stark's-
man at arms.
I
or
don't think it's
something.
Ned's
Yeah,
turn.
one of
Would
them.
it have been Ned Stark's Man of Arms that dies trying to protect
I
him?
think
Oh.
so.
Probably.
Let's see. Voice.
Did you guys spot Matt Mercer voicing
No.
In
I think he's the
Barbarian.
druid. Is he
Diablo
not?
4?
No, I
Isn't
think
he
he's the male
Rathmas?
barbarian.
Rathmas?
Who?
Isn't he the more?
Oh, Rathma.
Rathma? Oh, Rathma.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
think
it's
he's
Rathma. No?
Mm.
I haven't
Rathma,
even.
Diablo 4.
Let's look.
I know.
I haven't
He's
even
the
done
male
much.
druid.
I
with,
love that Matt Mercer is the voice of Daddy
go-
Ganondorf in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
He's the
but
male druid.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Matt Mercer and company often are like 6 different roles in a single video game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Laura Bailey plays she plays Jaina Proudmoore in World of Warcraft, and she
Yeah.
also plays Trunks in the old Dragon Ball Z cartoon.
Yo,
So it's like
yo.
very,
Laura Bailey
very
has a
versatile.
lot of. She probably. I was like looking through their
She does
IMDb.
so many roles.
I think she has more roles than Matt Mercer does. Like
Yeah,
she's
she's-
more.
She got more popular before
Hydrate,
Matt
everyone.
Mercer as well. So
Mm.
Yeah, she's a big one. I also love that Ashley
She's
Johnson is the voice of Ellie in
Mm.
in
Yeah.
Last of Us, and Laura Bailey is the voice of Abby in Last of Us
That's
too.
right. I believe they both auditioned and both really wanted the role for Ellie,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ashley Johnson got it, and Laura Bailey was like very gracious and like super happy for her, and then they're like, it was like first and second place. It was like a toss up basically, and so when Abby came along, they're like, we want Laura Bailey.
Well, they're both so good. Ashley
Yeah.
Johnson
They're great.
is just so delightful. You know who? Okay, I was watching a video of the OG Little Mermaid singing "Look at this stuff, isn't it neat?" You know, and it was like a video of her working with the director and her talking. She sounds just like Ashley Johnson, and she kind of looks like her too. It blew my mind. I was like, Ashley.
Apparently, in the new Little Mermaid, there's a cameo. I haven't seen it, but I think it's the person who voiced original Ariel. Like they interact or something during that song. It's very
I
sweet.
would love
That's
to
cool.
see that. I have heard Halle Berry talk. Like I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen some of like the trailers. Halle Bailey.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, it's Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey, not
It's hard.
Berry. Halle
Yeah.
Bailey, she sounds just like Ariel. Holy shit. She's like, oh, flounder. Like she has that same, her voice. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy how similar she sounds.
Plus, she's very pretty.
Oh, she is so ethereal. Yes, Jodie
Yeah.
Benson. That is the original Little Mermaid. Jodie Benson and Ashley Johnson could be twins or like sisters. It's crazy from different time periods, but it's crazy. All right, I'm gonna get water, and then I'm gonna make you all fight the Demogorgon. Just kidding. I'll be right back.
A thing. Hi, chat.
VIP.
Parts of this music remind me of Ark Survival Evolved.
Oh
I
yeah.
have not played Ark, so I don't know.
I haven't played much Ark, only like 3,700 hours.
Only.
Yep. But to be fair, a lot of that was breeding the dinos.
I mean, isn't that most of it?
A lot of it, not all of it. Some of it was capturing the dinos as well.
Fair enough.
And building. It also depends on what sort of server you're on. Some people will do different server settings so that raising babies takes no time whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Also, some of the babies in that game are absolutely adorable. Like the baby mammoth. Anyone get up to anything interesting over the 2-week break?
Just
I
working
was
for
just-
me.
Yeah, I traveled for work, so.
I was basically a complete mess for most of it. So, there's a shortage on the hormone patch I take, so I was out of patches for like a week. I'm still trying to recover from it because I only just got them back on Friday. Gosh, reminds me I didn't take my tablet this morning.
Welcome back, gamers. This is the
Welcome back.
ASMR channel of Scarlet 64 called
Something.
DA and DASMR. Yeah. Oh, no. ASMR. There we go. That'll do it. Where you get
Perfect.
angelic or demonic ASMR patterns, and you have to guess which is which. All right.
No.
For
So-
example, what does this one do?
So, have any of you been watching the shows The Game, Grease, Rise of the Pink Lady, Star Trek Prodigy, or Queen of the Universe on Paramount Plus?
No.
Because they're all getting removed from it. So, I thought it could be good to let you know. I'm trying to watch the second half of the first season of Prodigy, which was done really weird, so. Yeah. It's really odd. They're removing Star Trek Prodigy, but they have a second season they haven't released yet. That's like, what?
I don't know.
I don't like streaming services.
I'm just busy watching Orville.
Ah!
It's old. No.
It's not that old.
It's not that old, but like I'm not up to date on everything. I know they ended
A lot of
right?
people-
So-
Not necessarily. People are trying to get it renewed again. They had a season, the Orville
Season
New
3?
Horizons, yeah, or season 3, was released, I think, a year or two ago now. So it's still relatively recent. And there's still a lot of
There-
talks about it, and possibly getting rid of, what's his name? The main guy? Mercer?
yeah.
I can't remember his name, but yeah, the creator guy.
Captain
There's
Mercer.
possible talk of him not being in it because he has conflicting schedule things, so they might just have others instead.
It'll be odd if they get rid of the captain but keep the rest of them.
I think Kelly could do a good job.
I don't think that they would do a bad job. I think it would just be interesting because in my opinion, at least, Star Trek is the captain makes the ship. Because you associate the captain with the ship, and that doesn't really change.
But I do feel like the Orville is a bit more rounded in that
It is.
aspect. But yeah,
I mean, it's just like a thing that's been sort of set, not set, but like it has what has happened with all the previous. Star
You know
Trek
that he was actually in Star Trek as well.
What?
He was in Star Trek Enterprise for like 2 or 3 episodes.
Oh,
Are you guys feeling good?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
for now.
I had a quick soup and breadstick break.
was
Nice.
I had a
it good
sandwich
soap?
break.
Oh,
You went to
I
Olive
ordered
Garden?
sushi.
Sushi is.
What kind of sushi?
Hell yeah.
Sushi always reminds me of you, Scarlett, on Sundays.
Yeah, Sushi Sunday with Scarlett. The 3
Yes.
S's.
Triple S. Yeah.
I do love sushi,
Alright.
So
but
we should all have sushi.
we didn't
at
get
one
sushi
point.
tonight. It's fine.
Oh my God, when we all come
It's
visit for the
not-
69th nice episode, we can all get sushi beforehand.
You
There we
guys
go.
realize that the 69th, 9th, nice
like-
is in like 8
2 or 3
episodes, right?
Okay, maybe 100.
Yeah,
96.
We need to start crowdfunding
96
these
is a sad.
Yeah,
tickets,
these
I guess.
expeditions.
Can you include like a babysitter in that crowdfund?
Wait, I thought you were hosting at your house.
Yeah.
I mean, unless if you
But
want
you
Leo
have
to be
to-
there. That's true. You know what? You're right. Oh,
We
it
can-
would be
we
so
can-
Yeah,
fun to have a
Adrian.
live game in my.
That would
It
be
would cost so much
I
to
have
really
a
get
perfect
there.
table for it too. It's a really long seats 10 raised dining room table.
We would have to get Anna Zira back for an episode.
Yes.
Mhm.
Just like run into her in the Underdark somewhere. Like, oh.
Anna Zira, what are you
hello.
doing? I don't know. I got
what are you
hungry.
doing?
I
Here
don't know. I
am.
got hungry and wandered into the Underdark.
Oh, no.
I fell into a
Suddenly turning
toilet.
into a Transylvania.
I fell into
Yeah.
a toilet and got flushed down into the dark lake.
Exactly. I had a
Chris,
craving
how big
for
are your
mushrooms.
But then I forgot that I don't have J-Mitch with me, so I cannot have the mushrooms.
Yeah. Silly bird.
silly bird.
Silly bird. Little bird.
All right. So, Cora,
Oops, all Anna Zira one shot.
Everyone is just awkward. Like,
Everybody's at a zero.
And
we all have the
Love
exact
that.
same
Different
character sheet.
personality.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We all have the same, but we share spell slots.
And none of us
No.
know what we do.
And we
yeah.
every single time.
And every single time, yeah.
Yeah.
Can
So
I
I
have
have a
advantage on this?
So,
Because
like,
I think I
yeah.
might have read a book
Where-
about this one time, and actually my dad,
So this is a bunny
he told me
rabbit.
about this as a bedtime story when I was a kid, so I should probably have advantage on it.
I
Yeah.
can't even tell you how accurate. There were so many. At
Bunny
first,
rabbit.
I was
I've
like,
seen bunny
"What?"
rabbits. I get advantage.
And now I kind of miss it. I
Yeah, I
miss-
know.
Yeah.
How do I use my breath weapon again?
I mean, I can ask for
How many
Get an
actions do I
extra
get?
action.
Can
we
I,
can ask
can I,
if you would
can
like.
I use my? Can I swing my weapon as a bonus action? Can I cast
Yeah.
a spell as a- Can I have a bonus action?
Can I have
No, I'm-
another bonus action?
I'm gonna re-roll a
What's-
bar just so
yeah.
I can say counter performance on everything you do.
I think it's really funny because, like, I know that I'm not allowed to do certain things, but I ask anyway, like, to be cheeky.
Yeah.
But what I love about Adrian is, like, she genuinely is like, well, no, I get advantage on this. Like, she's asking, like, so seriously.
She thinks that advantage is a lot more common than it really is, and is just like, if I could make a bid, for, you know what?
Yes.
You
I
don't-
respect the
yeah.
hustle,
I was
honestly.
gonna
Me too,
say,
yeah.
if you ask, you're gonna get, even though you get a lot of no's, she probably gets advantage more than anyone else because she
She just asks for it.
But she also draws, like, I have it clipped when you all were in a government building in Gracklestug, and she just
Yeah.
wanted to steal something for the principle of
Yeah,
stealing something.
for literally that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I couldn't hide my, like, surprise. Like, my face was like, because I went back and edited it into a clip, and I was laughing because
Yes.
I didn't do that on purpose. That was like a legitimate, like,
Why would you do this? Yeah.
okay.
What are you doing to me?
Oh, I've
That's
grown.
so
you guys
good.
have made
We
me
miss
grow
you,
so
Adrian.
much as a DM.
Yeah. Love you, Adrian.
Miss you.
At least you get to see her on Mondays. Still.
I know. So the thing that she's been doing with her character in our campaign is instead of just asking all the time for inspiration, she does two things. One, a hummingbird. One thing she does exactly is her character is like notoriously very low charisma, but just constantly speaks for the party and like tries to be diplomatic or like basically just rolling charisma in either intimidation, persuasion, like whatever,
He's
like
not
trying
a
to
face character, but
not
is
a,
trying to be
but
the
is
face.
trying to be is just like no,
Love
trust
it.
me, like is just full of like way too overconfident, and the amount of times that it actually works out for her is like astounding. So she just keeps doing it.
She's just failing forward.
yes.
Oh my
If she
gosh.
stops now, it'll all catch up.
Like, yeah, exactly. So that's why we love Titus.
One of my favorite things about Anna Zira that I miss was how she described everything in relation to blue and sapphires. Like, what a beautiful red sapphire.
Red sapphire.
Yeah,
yes,
like
that's
that was
true.
that was great role play.
Yeah. it
Like,
was.
way to like keep your character's vocabulary like the continuity in her character's vocabulary was like top tier.
Very.
Okay, obviously we miss Adrian a whole bunch. I got to go with her. We went to a convention together. We were on a panel together. It was so awesome.
Yeah,
What
I
What
saw
did you
that's
guys talk
cool.
about on the panel?
How to monetize D&D with Twitch.
Ooh.
Whoa!
It was like the
Ooh.
perfect. There was a lot of people at that panel too. I felt so. I just like showed up to this thing not really knowing what to expect because I've never done this before. It was like a whole panel with a microphone and everything.
Amazing.
People were
Say,
so
Scarlett,
respectful.
how do you monetize D&D on Twitch? Can you give me a tangible example?
A tangible example would to be to allow the chat to affect gameplay by donating
How would I do that?
subscriptions, bits, or money to give their favorite players or favorite DMs a boon.
So
Or
are
is there
you
any sort of
saying
cards or anything like that you could use as well?
There's also some cards that you can use that I made for the game, and if you go to stream Streamloots in the chat, you will follow the link and you can get collectible trading cards that can be used for the game.
that's
Oh my gosh, Kill a
amazing.
Maverick just gifted 5 subs to. Okay, who are you giving inspiration to?
Oh,
Maverick?
just like that, monetized. We did it,
That's
baby.
how Ellie. Maverick, you're so sweet. Fucking
Wow, a tangible example.
Whoa.
fucking monetized. Maverick, who do you want to give your inspiration to? It was really cool though because I got to make like a lot of connections while I was there, and people were so nice to me. Like they like were coming up to me like I was some kind of authority on something. Like they were just so gracious, and I was like, wow, I'm no
Scarlett realizing that she's actually an authority on this
What
now.
a Chad! 5 gifted VIPs.
Scarlett gets inspiration. Maverick, listen, I started this, but I'm gonna need you to maybe like reconsider.
Yeah, we're gonna need a second opinion on that.
Second
Actually,
opinion. Scarlett did say like you could give maybe to your favorite player.
Yeah.
The Lady of the Hummingbirds.
Yeah. I love hummingbirds so much that we gave my Monday night character like a hummingbird familiar that like doesn't do anything, but it just like follows me around.
I
Yes.
love hummingbirds so much that one of the goals I've been gardening recently, which is really hard in 110-degree weather, but I've bought several trees. I have a vine that I've been growing. My whole goal is to have a butterfly hummingbird garden.
Yes.
So I'm like specifically interested in plants that attract pollinators.
Well, let me
I
tell
didn't-
you, because I have the same thing. I love hummingbirds and I love, I don't like bees, but my husband loves bees. And also the bees are dying at an alarming rate. And if there's something that I can do about that, I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
to the
pollinator
bees.
gardens are very, very helpful.
Exactly. So we get little, I don't mind bumblebees, but like any other type of bee, I'm like, no, thank you.
Bees are spooky, though they are fairly like wasps. I have an issue with because they're more aggressive. If you like leave a bee alone,
Mm-hmm.
It just does its thing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, bumblers
would
are
you-
like cute and fat, and they just like bounce around and they're like clumsy, and I'm like, they
bring
can
home
hang.
a baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? Ellie, you are leading all of these people to where you saw the creepy swamp drowning.
Cool. And I'm singing that song.
Turns out we actually do have
Seven
hummingbirds in
Jades played
Australia.
this
Did not know
card
that.
for Cora.
Oh.
Cora,
Nice.
you just got a scale of readiness, which you get to add. What is it? 7? Was it a D6 or a D8 to your initiative next time? When you roll initiative, you get to add an additional die.
Plus D8?
I can't.
JTC0999
GTC.
played this card. Smile.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
I'm scared. What
Shit.
happened?
What did it say? JTC.
What?
It was too fast. It doesn't tell me what the fuck it does.
Let me find it real quick. It was the
Advantage? You have advantage
A
on
D6.
No.
stealth?
It,
1d6.
it was.
Thank you.
Killa Maverick
Where'd it go?
53 played this card.
Elephane, you have
fine.
spirit of
I'll
dexterity.
give some help to my fellow Gloomstalker.
You have 1d6. Add 1d6 to your next dexterity-based skill checks.
Oh my gosh. you're not gonna-
Also, you have a
based.
1d6 to your initiative roll, and then Kothar, if you could.
It's everyone has advantage on stealth checks for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Everyone, let's.
I don't
check this
remember
out.
what-
Right.
Oh,
Puffa
my.
Magician played this
You
card.
sneaky.
Fast Feather to Nero.
Thank you, guys.
Nero,
That's
you
very
have
nice.
an additional 10. Is it 5 or 10, Lucius? The downside of the Streamloots, it pops up on my screen.
It's so fast.
It's so fast that I'm like, fuck, what does it do? So yeah, if you use it, definitely just type in the chat so I can reference it because I'm a silly bean.
There is in the creator dashboard.
Seven
You
just
can look
gave
at
me-
the
Or I can't.
activity feed.
I just don't have it up right now. And I have advantage on my next roll.
Yay.
Thanks for using the Streamloots, guys. I am very happy about having that as part of our game. Everybody, roll stealth as you start to hunt the swamp monster.
So we all do it with advantage.
With advantage, group stealth
Swamp
check.
monster.
Swamp monster.
25.
I still suck at stealth.
Advantage.
These are all really good rolls, except for Kothar.
Oh wait, mine should be at disadvantage. Fuck.
Nicole.
It doesn't really matter.
Let's see if it's even less, actually.
Honestly,
Oh,
though,
you know, we got-
It wouldn't even be disadvantage.
Oh, we're
because we haven't
missing-
really-
got-
Oh, yeah, it would be
we just-
normal.
yeah, just
Yeah, it's
normal.
normal.
okay, so here's the thing. Most of you did well. 2 of you did not do well. It's fine, because this was a group check. So you're pretty
One heavy
sneaky.
armor.
You're
Nice.
pretty sneaky, and you're all corking it on, like, as you start descending into this bog, this, like, lowland. It's, like, just like a swamp from the surface world, except instead of regular trees, it's, like, zirkwoods, really tall, and, like, big clusters of bioluminescent mushrooms. And water globes, which are a glowing blue round fungus that you've seen a million times in the Underdark. Just kind of like
Glowing blue sapphires.
yeah, sapphire mushrooms. And you notice that the earth starts getting muddy and mushy. You start to smell that like sulfur, rotten egg smell. And you descend into the Zirkwood Swamp. Da-da-da-da-da.
What a beautiful map, Scarlet.
Thank you. I will be making it
Landing.
available on my coffee this week.
Nice.
We made this on
Amazing.
stream a couple days ago, actually.
So pretty.
Should we be able to see where the mushrooms are or the enemies? I don't know. So I got like vision on them.
What vision on what?
I can see something here
Okay,
and
use
something
your
there.
discretion and just look at the map as it's meant to be looked at.
That's side.
If you see something you think you're not supposed to see, just be quiet.
This is so pretty.
I like how
Also,
Lumi's on
Lumi
top of a
is-
mushroom right now.
Oh, so that Lumi is actually how I have the chat see. That's the token assigned to my so I have two. I'm logged in twice. I have it
Right.
on one side for the chat to see, which is you just notice this like shadow of Lumi just standing on one of the mushrooms observing everything.
Lucius,
But
do you see
my
that? What is
Lumi
that?
is Sapphire.
You're
Just
going with
FYI.
Sapphire. What is that? Thunder damage?
Yes.
Cool.
And a 0 damage.
Yes.
Nero would be in
Dragon
front already, just because he's a frontliner boy.
FYI, my food will arrive in about 5 minutes, so
Okay.
I'll just have to grab that. But yeah.
Nero's gonna spend exactly 5 minutes looking for this monster.
Exactly. No more, no less.
Hmm.
Also, I would have given back the stone to Cora at some point.
Cool.
Okay. So the water starts getting deep. Those of you who can walk on water start like corking it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But Nicole and Lucius, are you going to kind of stay towards the higher ground? Do you want to start wading through it? Do you want to swim in it? What is your approach?
I would be higher ground just because I'm an archer and I like being on higher ground.
Okay, let me pop you up so if you want to be in higher ground.
Oh, just a question for our environment. So is it or does it eventually become like all water, or is there like
Yeah.
banks on both sides?
So let me describe your environment. So there is this higher bit up here that you could choose to stay up, and then this part just kind of sinks in. Starting here, you start noticing the water gets deeper, and it's going to get like progressively deeper as you go, and there's a bit of a bend.
So we could be on land the whole time if
you
we
could
chose
go
to.
up here, you could go up here. I wanted you to see the whole map, which is why I didn't wall it off, and that's why Yaslin is metagaming.
Hey, I'm not really metagaming. This is my most
Gaming.
Is there a way? So you said that it sort of goes deeper, but are there like sandbars and strips of land
So
in
you
the
notice-
swamp that's higher? Or
Yeah,
is
so
it
there's
just-
like these big chunks of like really stinky, creepy mud that you could probably stick to.
That sounds less than.
It'll all be difficult terrain.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Nicole will stay
Interesting.
in front of people,
Interesting.
whether that means that he's in the water or not.
I lean over to Nicole
So-
and I'm gonna say it's going to be a nightmare to clean your boots after this.
I'm gonna
You
pop
clean
you up
these
here,
boots?
Lucius. Boop.
Yes.
Not like I always clean them. I have prestidigitation.
Oh
The
yeah, I
same to me
forgot.
follows me.
Cora, moving through non-magical difficult terrain costs no extra movement. You can also pass through non-magical plants. Wow, you are just, not only are you corking it, but you're like ballet dancing on the surface of this water.
Yes, and then also my feet are
Hey, what's up, Nero?
already- Group
Nero,
cannot
what's up,
become.
buddy?
Oh, sorry, that's lost.
You brought
Difficult
up-
terrain doesn't slow your group's travel.
So that would be like overworld travel stuff, which we are going to
Okay.
be doing more of.
Yeah.
That landslide, though, like the
That'll
difficult terrain,
prevent me from being-
You're
yeah.
good. Yeah, you're
Okay.
going to be
But that's
dancing
just
on the
solo
surface.
buff.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The
All
ring of free action, when you use this ring, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement. Kothar is using that. In addition,
So is Nero.
Oh, you both have
They
a
have
ring
the
of
same
free
one.
action. Oh.
Both have it.
You both
Yeah.
you both activate your rings, and then you both look
Yeah.
at each other, and you're
Go
like,
go Power Rangers, and then you're like,
meow,
pew!
meow, meow,
Yeah.
meow.
Kothar is like, do you know what a fist bump is?
Yes.
I hold out my hand for a fist bump.
He does it, but he does it like he's touching gloves. It's
My
just like
powers combined. Boom! And it activates.
Oh my god, you know
mine
that?
just stays
I
on.
do.
Captain
Captain
What's the
Planet.
old one?
I've watched Captain Planet.
So you two have
Who's
matching
Captain
rings.
Planet?
Got it.
He's the planet. He's the captain of the planet. I'll explain this.
Was that a dig? Was that a dig?
What?
Maybe.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean?
Nothing?
Nothing. It's fine.
I actually don't understand.
I
It's
missed it.
fine.
It's
No,
fine.
don't
You're
worry
good.
about
That
it.
was just a moment. That was a.
I feel like we should just focus on finding this bog creature.
By our powers combined, yes.
I don't know what that means, but
Nicole.
yes, our powers
Well,
are
Sar's already
combined to
walking
do
up.
this.
Okay.
We're using teamwork, yes.
As you start walking, Lucius, you notice the mushrooms, the Zerkwoods. You notice the way they sway, and you notice the way they tilt. And you start noticing the arrangement of how these different Zerkwoods are clustered and how they they're seated. It reminds you very much of forests in the Feywild that are ruled by Trents.
Treants?
Yeah,
Treants?
Trent, Treant. Yeah,
Okay.
Treant. Beings like shepherds of the forest. But you also notice that these mushrooms, their bases look corrupted. They look sick. They look droopy.
So it is like your TikTok.
He's gonna see Nicole, like, I think above the surface, right?
You're thinking of like in the Feywild, you know, there's a lot treants. Forests led by a treant is a very common, like almost every forest would have such a being that looks after the trees and blesses them, protects them.
Do I see Nicole from my position?
You could probably find him. Nicole's like up against like the cliffside, like
Lucius kind of like in an audible, like kind of hushed sound, kind of be like, "Careful over there. There's corruption among the mushrooms."
Means we're getting close.
What am I supposed to do?
Nicole, you are so quiet.
Yeah, I can't
Oh.
hear.
I'm not. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Now you're not.
Nothing
You're...
changed. I wasn't saying anything earlier.
Oh, I saw you doing this, and I could kind of hear something.
No.
No, okay.
I guess we're just
Walk
crazy.
forward.
I guess,
walk
yeah.
forward.
I was saying like I just walk on land. I can't really decide where I go.
I gave you the option, love.
Well, somebody has to go down. It's not like you will.
The water
Cast summon
gets
water in his mouth
deeper.
just to spit it out.
The water gets wetter.
The water gets wetter.
Moisture.
You look down. The water seems, it's murky, but typical. But you start to see little tendrils, like black ink. Like if you were to drop a drop of ink into water and it like splits out. You see tendrils kind of reaching towards you, though you safely kind of bob up on the top. This inky tendril trying, like kind of like encircling where your feet touch, but unable to really do anything. But it's almost like it's following you.
I think I like this creature.
Would Lucius be able to crawl down and kind of make his way over here?
Sure. Please roll stealth as you do that with advantage.
I think I like this creature. I think it likes to grapple.
All right.
You know,
There's
I'm
like
going.
your,
I'm
like,
going
tentacles.
to take your word for it on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, question:
Yeah.
is right here, like where, like Nira and I are standing? Is this where the water starts to become like
Deeper.
noticeably deep,
Yes.
kind of like waist high, knee high?
I would say
Neck
about
high.
a knee high.
Okay.
Oh,
Nicole high.
I just accidentally grabbed Cora. Ugh. Why did it do that? Why am I grabbing both?
Do you have both of them highlighted by accident?
I do, but I don't know how to unhighlight
Escape, I
both.
think.
I am. It's not working. That's so weird.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You just select again.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'll
you
figure it
can
out.
just
Just
click
keep doing your
again.
thing. Keep doing your thing.
I keep walking forward with seemingly reckless abandon.
Wait, you're walking or slithering?
Oh, slithering. For sure.
Both.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I like can't un. There we go. That was fucking weird. All right. Oh, Cora's getting her food. That's fine.
You see anything, Nero?
Can I look around and see if I notice any like trail or traits of this fog creature? Might be lurking. Any clues?
Roll investigation.
All right. Investigation. Good thing I'm good at investigation.
Oh wait, do I have Lumi? I'm supposed to have.
There's a Lumi over here on me. That's mine.
Oh,
That's
where's
on
my Gloomy? What happened?
Is
I-
it
It was over here when
Yeah, it was. I don't know what happened. I
think you dragged it with Cora.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
there.
so
I just put it over
there's
there.
one, and there's one.
Okay, I need to give it better vision.
Oh, you're doing great, man. You're doing great.
You're doing perfect.
Oh, guys, I think we're in a swamp.
Amazing.
Would
What are
Lucius
you
be able to
doing
see
in
anything
my
What
from
are you
swamp?
doing in my swamp?
perspective?
This swamp is made of swamp.
Oh my
Oh god,
gosh.
I just want it to not be like dark for the party. Okay, what's happening? I'm so.
I rolled really great on my investigation.
Amazingly.
Yeah, I did so good.
Where are you, Nero? There you are.
I'm right here. I'm just
Nero,
chilling.
you're chilling. You're waiting, and you look into the water, and you're like, "I'm gonna track this thing." And you look into the water, and you see the reflection of your face, except it's not your face. You see a face of one of the spies from the Lord's Alliance of your expedition, completely like mummified, looking at you, floating from underneath the water, blue and rotted.
Interesting. It seems as if this creature takes bodies and deteriorates them while they're still living. It's quite egregious. But alas, death has taken this one. Probably a good thing for him.
Is Lucius able to see anything from his vantage point?
Did you climb the tree? The mushroom? That is you're underneath it. So are you underneath the Zerkwood, or are you attempting to climb on top of the Zerkwood?
I would be trying to climb on top of Zerkwood.
Okay, so just so you know, Zerkwoods are big trunks and then a big flat cap. So unless, are you gonna like spider climb upside down and like scurry up? Like what describe to me what the plan is.
Well, you said these are like tree ants from the Feywild, so or similar clusters like that, right?
So what you're noticing is that the trees here look curated in a way that hints a tree ant would live here. You do not see a tree ant. You see You see patterns of well curated trees. And again, if you want to climb the Zerkwood, you wouldn't be able to get up on like the cap, but you could like maybe shimmy up the stalk, though I would need an athletics check for you to accomplish that.
He
Cora's
will
gonna
attempt.
give you a potion of climbing.
Oh, excellent. She kind of like
Which,
hucks it, and
here,
Lucius
I will
catches
link for
it.
you.
Yep. Also Scarlet.
Mhm.
Nicole would be using one of his divine senses to see if he can detect demonic.
Does it just
Well,
tell you if
fiend or
something's
celestial.
nearby, or does it tell you?
Yep. It tells you. I pinged it. It is.
Oh,
I know the location within 60 feet of me. That isn't behind total cover. And
so you know the exact location within 60 feet?
yes.
Of fiends and other stuff. Does this follow
Yes.
you, or do you just use it? Is it like a burst, like an?
It's a
echolocation?
burst. I think it's a burst.
Okay. You do not pick anything up.
Okay.
Lucius is going to consume this potion of climbing, and then he's going to climb up the stalk of the Zerkwood
And get a
to
look
as
around.
high as the cap will let him.
I'm also going to use my primeval awareness, which I'll get a reading. I'm looking for fiends or aberrations, I guess. Oh, sorry, no. Any of those. The celestials, dragons, etc.
Oh,
For 6 miles. But it doesn't reveal their location, but just if there are.
Cora, you go, your eye whites. You feel shook as the realization that within this 6-mile radius, this place is permeating with demons.
Nicole,
Yes.
they're everywhere.
Demons?
Yes.
I didn't feel one very close to us, but do you know how many?
I don't know how many, but just a strong.
You just know that there's a bunch of
yeah.
them?
Yeah.
Within 6 miles. This is a 6
Yeah.
mile.
Just so you know, these patterns, they resemble the same as like if a tree ant lived here, or what I would know as a tree ant in the Feywild.
We looking for a demonic treant?
Maybe.
No, it's
It controls fungal instead of
it was a snake-like creature that
roots.
slithered into the water.
Do I get like a ping for Faye?
No.
Okay.
Lucius, are you going to climb? You don't have to roll. If you have a potion of climbing, you
Oh,
have
it says
advantage.
that's-
Oh,
I
perfect.
get
Okay,
advantage.
okay.
I
You
rolled.
shimmy up the stalk and look around. You see a snake-like large being, a demon naga. It's hard to describe. It is a serpentine body, large fangs and claws. And it has both of its hands into the water, black ink shooting out in threads, going across the water into a large, what looks like a zirkwood, but the zirkwood is like hunched over and it's like pulsating.
Cora, to my 4 o'clock.
You could slide down and talk to
All right, Lucius gonna slide down and kind of get near to the party in the water and go. There's a serpent just over there to the east. I don't know what it's doing. It has its hands in the water. It's being really creepy.
Does look demonic?
It looks evil, sinister in ways.
How far?
From my calculations, about 80 feet, maybe 100 feet from us.
Do you tell everybody or
find
just
ways-
Cora?
I tell the group since I'm down on the floor now.
Should Cora be up with us, or should she still be all the way back there?
What?
Should
I'm
be
with-
with the group.
Oh,
I'm
we
with
scooted.
everyone.
Oh, you're shown
Where's
back here.
everyone? Oh,
We're up here.
I was getting my food.
Wait, guys.
Oh boy.
Wait for me. I have little legs.
I don't think we have any time to waste.
I can get there quick and silent. And wait for you guys to get in position while we ambush.
I'm the furthest thing from silent.
Aura, do you think we could somehow pass without a trace through this area? Quietly.
Yes.
She's gonna cast Pass Without Trace. Boop. Which gives
Whoa,
everyone,
that's
I
such a
believe.
cool spell. I'm so glad you have it, Cora.
I think it gives us a plus 10.
Yes. So whatever
To-
your roll is, you get a plus 10.
for the next however long. At 1 hour.
Concentration.
So, right,
Excellent.
there's this like black dark wall in front of us. Is this like a drop off? Is this up a cliff?
So that was me I'll delete it. That was just me trying to make it so you couldn't see too far ahead. It's just
Oh, okay,
like an
never mind.
invisible wall.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna
Gotcha.
go back to where I was.
I can delete it since you've already made it over here.
I want to stealth my way towards where I was directed by Lucius.
Okay, it's roll stealth.
All right.
I would like to also get over there so that I can see this creature. And I'm trying to do
At least
intelligence check on it to see what kind of fiend it is.
Okay.
that advantage was only one time, right?
Yeah, but you get a plus
For
10
stealth.
to your stealth.
Right.
Because you're within my 30 feet.
Right.
Ooh!
Oh my
Alright.
god.
Nero.
Plus an
You-
additional 10, so
you're
30.
a, you're a
38, no
water
problem.
moccasin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a sneaky little
I
snipe.
mean, so you're right now have no like. Okay, as you sneak, I'm gonna say you can't just walk out in the open, right? You gotta
Right.
like
I'm-
make choices of where you're sneaking.
I'm sneaking
The
like, okay,
view-
so I'll show you my
this
path.
guy's
I kind of want to,
eyes are in this direction.
yeah,
He's
I
like-
kind of just, I'm like hiding underneath, like under the stalk of this mushroom, basically,
which is
right
in
here.
his view, right?
I'm
That's
like
a big.
trying to
That's a
hide.
tree-sized mushroom. That's like
A veil of shadows and silence radiates from me.
Gotcha. Is this a bunch of bushes? What is this?
that's like some reeds. I get okay. So if you're gonna be sneakier, I would say this
Yeah,
side
yeah,
is
yeah.
probably a lot sneakier.
Okay.
Because
I
he's
sneak
looking.
my way
He's
over
looking.
here.
He's a sneaky snack.
This
A
A little sneaky little snake.
Snicker.
It's a super sneaky snack.
Hmm. And then I give like a little hand signal to everybody. That's like basically means get in a position.
All right, Cora, do you want a sneaky snack and do your
Yeah.
little tricky track?
I look at
Yeah.
Nicole and I say, where's our position?
So are we all we're moving over here? Yes. Is that where?
That's exactly where I want to be.
Yes.
Nero, pick your spot and wait. Let's try to
That's
get
a-
everybody in position.
Boom, right
before-
there. That's where I want to be. Boom.
Okay.
Can we move closer here? Go back. No.
We can go across, but
Well, I want to be in 30 feet of everyone, so I would make that
Yeah.
decision based on.
so if you're going that
Oh,
way
wait,
and we're all
we
trying to sneak together, then we'll have to go.
Oh, wait, 30 feet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
I'll just go with
rather-
you then.
I was gonna say, yeah. If you want to be concealed, follow me.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's do that.
Okay. And
Oh
now
my
that
god,
I
Nero's
have
gone.
now that I have sight on this thing, I would like to use my favorite enemy advantage to do an intelligence check.
Like a
What do you want me
nature.
to-
What are you trying to
Um,
glean? What is this like?
Like what kind of fiend this is? Like
Okay.
it's just pertinent information about them because
Gain
I
knowledge.
study.
What is it called? A Pathfinder?
Recall knowledge.
Recall knowledge.
Yeah,
it's like a
recall
recall knowledge. Okay, go ahead. I'll do a recall knowledge check.
Okay.
Roll
Um,
nature.
Okay.
Also, real quickly, how deep is it right here? Like, how deep is Nicole in the water?
Let me. I can't find a goal.
Oh wow! Nat
Fuck
20.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. Where Nakula's is not too deep. It gets a lot deeper, like right around here. You can probably up to your
Okay.
neck right here.
Mhm.
But
Double
along where the
natties back
reeds
to
are,
back. That's all I'm gonna say.
this is more weightable. I know, so many nat 20s. Okay. Let me tell you what you learn about this little guy. You looking at him can tell that this fiend, this is a demon, and it seems to be a very strong demon. And you do know through your experience with demons that most demons are immune to being poisoned. and have resistances to several elements. And you've never seen a demon like this before, but it definitely gives you the sense of aquaticness, obviously. And you can tell this is, it is getting to work corrupting the area to making it more suitable to its own.
Okay, I would relay this all to the party, including immune to poison, that's very strong, and that it is most likely resistant to some element.
Good to know.
All right, all of you, what is your plan?
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
I never actually got the Shield Guardian control gem to actually be able to read it. I'm able to actually summon it, aren't I?
No, it doesn't go into a pocket dimension. It just follows you around.
So should it have been following me around all this time? Or
Yeah,
should
do you
not
need
even
the
be here?
token?
I think I can drag the token on.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
just
I can tell you what
like
it
a
does
pet.
if you need a refresher. It's a CR7 large construct. It has a fist attack, +2 AC, probably to you as a reaction. And it can
think it
store a
has-
spell, which is
yeah,
big.
I've got.
It's stored.
I actually have it on the token. I don't have the control gem. That's it.
That's because
So-
I
did not make a control gem item because it literally just narratively is just whoever has the control gem is the one that's linked to it. That's
Okay,
it.
yeah, I thought you could actually summon it. So I
No,
guess I was-
It
I was-
doesn't.
I
It
was wrong
doesn't
about
become
that.
summoned or unsummoned. It's there. Did you bring it with you?
She would have, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if everybody's in position, Nero's going to run forward and punch it in the face.
Okay.
Okay.
Before you run forward and punch in the face, I'm gonna roll everybody's.
I want to do it.
Hmm?
I want to do
She
it.
wants to roll.
I want to roll
She
my
wants to roll.
own.
Okay, let me put you all in combat, and
I
then
just lost all.
go
visibility
ahead,
on my-
roll your own
shit. What?
initiative, and it will be a surprise round for those who are sneaking. So
I don't see anyone else other than
Yeah.
me, Kothar, and
Yeah,
I can't
Neuro.
see
hope no one
anything. I've
I
lost
accidentally made
everything.
you all invisible. Hold on.
oops.
Whoopsie.
Ah,
I wanted to stick around Cora for the 30 feet to sneak closer, but I can't get any closer.
I can't remember if the Shield Guardian had the same.
It goes right after
initiative
you.
as me, or...
It goes right after you.
So, no points rolling it then.
Yeah. So let me remove it. Same with Drake Companion.
Nope. I guess I didn't heal after the first fight. That's fine.
Well, none of you
Oops.
took a rest.
We were.
we still can't see people's initiative rolls. Or
I
yeah,
can-
we can't. I can only see 4.
It's weird.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Don't know why I did that. Yeah, you guys have not actually had an opportunity to take a rest.
Well,
That was intentional.
Also,
Oh,
can I use my
yes.
inspiration to reroll my inspiration? I mean, my initiative.
Sure. Nicole, would you have healed yourself, like with
Yeah.
magic? Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead and expend the necessary resources to do that. I'll allow that. I imagine you would have done that at camp. You just haven't had a chance to like roll hit die or.
yeah, that's fine.
I think yes, I might have done the same once.
Yeah, use your spell slots. I'll let you have a round of patch up because I didn't ask you guys.
Can you change my initiative to 20, please?
What? Just kidding.
And then there's Cora with 35.
I'm still just.
I mean, Cora has a.
I'm
crap
still
ton of
thinking about that
pluses, so-
compliment earlier that I got about being a
witch.
heartbreaking, a weird witch. Or I'll read it.
Yeah.
This is what it said. Scarlet, God gave you beauty, and instead of being grateful and humble, you just abuse this by breaking men's hearts. Shame, 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 fucking weird witch.
How fucking
What?
dare you?
It's just a really weird context.
Yeah, because we were playing Dungeons
There was no
and Dragons.
context.
That guy just came in and
That's the
said
pro-
that. His name was King Radovid.
Ooh, a king.
Amazing.
How does he know I'm not grateful and humble? Like, huh?
Self-appointed king, obviously.
Yeah, you upset a king. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I just
What king is
It's
he?
not, there's no way that's a Witcher reference.
King Radovid. I remember that character. Radovid, King Radovid.
Oh, his name is the Witcher reference. I was
Yeah.
like, that's not a quote.
That person just flew into my chat and said that, which is so weird. Like, we're just playing.
Imagine watching the Witcher and then the Witcher and then
Calling me a
calling
witch?
somebody a witch in a
I'm a
derogatory
weird
fashion.
witch. I'm a weird witch.
Yeah.
A weird
The
witch
weird
or
witch
a
of the west.
I am
weird
breaking
witch?
men's hearts. How
Dude
many
can't
many
really-
hearts have I broken today? I wonder.
Dude can't determine reality from fiction.
It's
That's for
just-
sure.
It's just so funny. I need to send this to my sister. I'm gonna make a
Yeah.
fucking TikTok about this because it's such an honor.
So I rolled a 9 in the initiative order. That was great.
Excellent. Okay. Cora, you got
Almost
a
comparable
35.
to Cora's 35.
It's close enough. Yeah.
It's very close.
Is it truly a session of Out of the Abyss if Cora doesn't roll first? Go first.
Good
Combat.
lord.
You're right.
Okay. I'm going to make a first attack. Oh. Am I in darkness?
Where are you?
She's all the way
Here.
back here.
Okay, yeah, you're not near. Okay, so all of these are producing like a dim light. So as long as you
Light.
stay away from there.
So then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will do it again just in case it crits. Okay. Is it 20 hit?
20. Yes, a 20 hits.
Okie dokie. And then I'm going to use my lightning arrow. Let's see if it's resistant to lightning or not. So that'll be
roll the damage.
Yeah. What? 9 damage. Okay, sure.
Do we have like 5 inspirations?
That doesn't work for that, bro.
I'm not on damage. That's fun.
It definitely seems to take some of the damage, but it looks barely tickled by that.
Okay. So, hang on, let's just pretend it's the template there. Fun. Okay, so, take some of the damage. Cool. And then that's gonna be my red ambush. 3. Okay. And then we're gonna cube.
That definitely hits.
Oh, are you serious? Okay.
Oh.
I got one more.
The ranger's still doing the most damage out of all of us.
15?
That will miss.
Okay. Wah wah. Okay, and then that's like the least. Yeah, I know. Okay, so then I'm gonna tell the party that I think that it's resistant to lightning.
Okay. Let me get some battle music. Battle. Here we go. Okay, Kothar, it is your turn.
Okay, so is this creature currently like dancing on top of the water? Like partially submerged?
It looks like it's kind of raised up as if it's like standing on a platform that is just underneath the water.
And then it gets like super, super deep around like here-ish.
Whoops.
like here.
This is like, yeah, this is like neck deep. I mean, you don't know.
Is it like water deep?
Yeah, it's water deep. Actually, I'd say you wouldn't be able to tell without testing it because it's not clear. Good night,
I don't think
Maverick.
I want to take the risk. So Kothar's hands is gonna start glowing as he's gonna cast a spell, and as he does, the waters like around the creature and kind of like in the general area are gonna start to like ripple and bubble as I'm gonna cast Control Water. And he's gonna put his hands together and he's gonna move them apart, and he's gonna choose to part the water.
Mark where you're parting.
Okay, so it is a cube of 100 feet, and I cannot place a measured template.
A cube of 100 feet.
Yeah. You control any freestanding water inside an area you choose that is a cube up to 100 feet on a side.
Is it literally gonna suffocate because it doesn't have water? LOL.
Wait,
And
so
then the
are you
part-
gonna just part it, and it's gonna go like what?
Yeah, I'm basically gonna create a dry area.
Go ahead
Okay,
and
so
mark
I'm-
that out for me.
I can't place a measured template, so this is gonna be hard.
How come you can't?
It doesn't give me the option to.
You can go to the measured template option and place your own, right?
Measurement controls, where's that?
Underneath the
draw
character
polygon.
token control, measurement control, there's a rectangle template.
Rectangle template, okay.
Do you
I
have
guess-
that option?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Hold up, this is gonna be a little awkward to, oh, nope, it's wrong. This is gonna take 1 second, hold up.
Feet on a side.
Okay, there we go.
Oh god.
So all that just becomes dry.
No! I'm sorry, I'm struggling so much right now. Okay, wait, there.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna cast it
You can move that wherever you want now.
here. And I'm gonna part the water and just create dry
So
land.
does the water all just get displaced over here?
It gets displaced to the left and to the right. Because I'm parting it
Okay, so
horizontally.
it's gonna like wash over all of this and flood. Okay, Lucius, are you still up there? No, no one's up there. Okay, the whole area above is just. Do you have to hold it in it or?
It's concentration.
Okay, it
So,
might
I'm
all
concentrating.
rush back if you're not careful. I am gonna go ahead and. Whoops. I'm gonna make this a little less obnoxious.
Yeah.
How do I texture opacity? Can I like chill it out a little bit? Okay. For now we'll just do that. It's a bit obnoxious. You know what?
You can
Actually,
change
no.
it
You can
to
make two of the lines
darker
on
color.
either side.
You
know
can
what I
make
could
the
do?
fill darker.
I could just
Oh, yes.
draw a mark. Boop.
Why don't you do that?
Oh, that's smart.
And that. Yeah. There we go. Now we can see. Whoop.
Oh, uh-oh. I'm gonna get out of this because I keep accidentally drawing new ones.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna delete this. Okay. There. Now we see. Now we can see. Excellent.
Cool.
Um.
Then I move here, and that's my turn.
Okay. This thing is like. Yaselin.
Okay, so Yaslin is just going to cast Chromatic Orb, and I think she'll do it as fire, but I think I should select it first, shouldn't I? Oh no, we'll target. Actually, I'm trying to find the range on it. I can't see it.
Chromatic orb.
Yeah, I don't see a range on it.
So sometimes if
Be
you
at the
go
bottom.
to the spell and open it up, like edit item, it's set to the details, the rate.
doesn't
Oh, it
say.
doesn't even have it listed. That's weird.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I wanted to make sure it'd be 60 feet at least, because that's how far away I am.
Let me just look.
It's 90 feet.
90 feet.
90 feet.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll cast it as fire.
Okay.
And I'll actually do that again because I didn't consume the spell slot the first time. So...
That hits.
Okay, and then she casts the damage.
All right, 15. Your orb flies into this being, though again, it seems to only scorch just the surface level of its flesh. It barely winces.
And I think Yasmin will also move just a little bit closer to there. If they would let me actually do that. I'll just do it that way. There. So that will end her turn. And then I need to do the Shield Guardian's turn, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Who has... I'm trying to find 30 feet of movement. So...
Okay, it starts making its
move
way.
to there.
Lucius.
Lucius is going to mark this prey with Hunter's Mark. And he's gonna lob his 2 arrow shots.
Okay. That hits.
Alright. Damage.
Now that's a
It's
hit.
going 20 hit, or 20 damage. And then he's also gonna have 1 more shot.
That is a
which is
miss.
going to miss. Unfortunate. That is the end of
You
his
have
turn.
you have an inspiration.
That's right, I do. Alright, I'll go ahead and use it.
Yeah, you don't want to waste it. That hits.
21 hit. Alright. Damage. He's gonna ask Lumi to imbue his arrow with thunder damage.
Okay.
Is thunder different than lightning
Yes.
mechanically?
It's
Yes.
a different element. Is the 19 the damage it takes?
Yeah, it'll be 19 plus 2 to the infused. So it'll be 21.
Okay. It's hard to
And-
tell if the thunder damage was effective or ineffective because it was only 2 damage. It was such a small
Jump.
speck.
Do I get a
Tries to-
second Hunter's Mark damage?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Alright.
Nice.
Can I just add that Yasmin was said, I don't think the fire did much to the target. But that was everyone else though.
Mm-hmm.
Noted.
Okay.
And he will end his turn.
All right, this creature writhes in surprise as the water is parted from it. Since you are in a surprise round, it is unable to take any action. So Nero, please go.
Quick question.
Yeah?
I think it was a 20 that I got on my intelligence check on this fiend.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know if it has any weaknesses?
Not that you know of.
Okay.
Weaknesses are fairly rare, I think, in 5th edition.
Nero silently slithers up to it, and he is going to rage immediately. And you see the black, the veins of his wrist turn from like regular, like drummer veins to like black ichor. Looks to be shooting through them and up to his fist where it gets darker, and even his like fingertips are like full black.
He just turned
He-
into venom.
Pretty much. and he will use Fury of Blows on this dude that have magic with them because my fists are magical.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Do I get advantage because I'm coming from stealth?
Firstly, is Fury of Blows just part of your action, or is that a bonus action?
Unarmed strike is.
Yeah, but the Fury of Blows part is what
I'm not trying to do Fury of Blows. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I thought you said the Fury of Blows.
Unarmed strike and Fury of Blows are like interchangeable sometimes, but no, I'm using my regular action, not my bonus action.
Yeah, he's surprised, so yes, you could have advantage.
Cool.
That hits.
19. Normal hits. I'm going to use my Divine Fury as well because I can. Because it's the first time hitting. And so you see.
So it's 10 plus.
Yeah, he gets hit for 10 bludgeoning damage, and then you see like as I'm using like a palm strike on him, like the palm print embeds into his skin for a second, and then like you see like a black palm print mark, and then it just fades away.
Ooh,
Yeah,
dark.
super sneaky. And then for my second action, I'm just gonna do it again.
Ka-chow.
Still not advantage this time, right?
I think he's still surprised, so you get
All
the
right,
advantage.
You're the
That
DM.
hits.
I'm not gonna argue.
Did you know
All right.
I'm allowed to make judgment calls whenever
Yeah.
I want and bend the
What?
rules?
Mhm.
Wow, really?
That's cheating.
That
like
sounds like
witch-
cheating,
That's like
DM.
witchcraft.
They're
Whoa,
still
DM's
fighting
cheating?
about that. They're
Are
still
they
fighting-
actually?
They're still fighting over that.
Cheater.
They're still fighting while we're still having fun.
Yeah, we're
playing
having
D&D.
fun.
I
And
think we're the
they're
say-
winner.
arguing in the comment section.
I'm not
Okay,
sure
so
you heard
9
me say
bludgeoning
that's like
damage. I don't get my Divine Fury second time.
Do you
It's
get
only
your
the first
rage
time.
damage though, or is it already added?
Ooh, it should already be added. Yeah, I'm already raging, so
Okay.
that +2, I
Oh, got
believe,
it, got it,
is
got it.
from rage.
Okay.
Is it?
Is it?
It
It
looks
should
like
be.
it.
Yeah, there's no reason there that I would have another +2
And you
there.
have rage on you. I see the effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm double raged up
Nicole,
on a Monday.
It's your turn.
On a Monday.
It's your turn.
So now that it's dry, can we see how deep this section is,
Oh.
or like?
This isn't.
I'm
It kind of slumps down into a shallow basin. It's very mucky. In fact, I forgot to say this. So, starting now, that is difficult terrain.
Can I do something that I forgot I could do because I'm a cool monk and do a stunning strike on my last blow?
Sure.
Awesome. So I spend a key point to use stunning strike. And they have to
Make a con
pass
save.
DC 14 con save, yeah. Or be stunned until the end of my next turn.
It passes.
Alrighty. That
I
was
also-
what I wanted to do.
I was also just thinking the Shield Guardian probably could have dashed, but then again, it would have just ran through water, so it would have been difficult for her anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, Nicole.
This is still difficult terrain here, right?
Yeah.
Everything
Just
is
assume
difficult terrain.
everything's difficult terrain. I should have
Alright.
given that to everyone else, but
Nicole is going to. He's gonna move, and then move here. Use both his standard and his move action, and then bonus action. Misty Step. Next to him.
oh shit.
Yep.
I feel like you just start trudging through, and then you just go, fuck it.
Oh, that's such a strange.
Nicole is in his grumpy old man era.
He is in his grumpy old man era.
And
It's
Kothar
just
thinks
like,
that's really hot.
oh wow, it just moved me.
Oh, that was so
over there.
Oh,
What happened?
That was so
Could you move me back?
you did a kapoof.
I did do a poof.
Where are you? I don't even see where your token
I
is.
am-
I'm right here. I'm over here somehow.
He's in the darkness.
I don't even see you. Oh,
He's in the darkness.
why are you invisible?
I don't know why I'm invisible.
Hold on, I'm
I
gonna,
don't know.
Misty Step went awry.
hold on.
I was shunted. It's fine.
You gotta
There.
you gotta
Oh,
twist,
okay,
not
thank you.
flick your wrist, bro.
I
Come
gotta
on.
I gotta push you back in combat.
That's okay.
That was wild.
Wiped yourself from existence on accident.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's where I was. And so yeah, that's Nicole's full turn.
Okay. This sucks, but we're reaching the end of our time. So I figured we just make it down to the end of the round and we will pick this combat back up next week.
Yeah.
You guys are wailing on this guy.
Don't
This
fuck
is
with our
what
water,
I did.
dude. We're thirsty.
Don't worry, I have
For the
I have
EPA.
secrets that you haven't even seen yet because that
He
was
says
just
as I have
the
proceeded to fuck
surprise
with the water
round.
here.
Dude, that was
Also-
epic.
Immediately fucks with the water.
Also, what about mystery monster?
Oh,
That will
This is
have
the
to
first
arrive. That'll be. I
maybe.
mean, it's part of this account. I can't tell you guys. It's happening.
more things.
Don't
Ha!
worry. I have a thing.
More
You know, if you want to find out, tune in next week for
Tune
Out of
in
the
next
Abyss.
The mystery monster is here. You just don't see it yet.
Yeah, it's super mysterious. Why else would Misty Step go awry like that? You think it was because Nicole messed it up? Absolutely
No,
not.
unlikely. You guys have an American holiday or whatever next week? Is that going to
Oh.
interfere with?
Yeah, it's 4th of July.
That's gonna
It's 4th of
be
But that's on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
That's the sec-
We're
yeah, that's on
good.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I-
People celebrate. They might want the weekend.
Yeah. Does
Okay.
anybody want to take next Sunday off, or are y'all good? Because I'm good.
If you don't mind the sound of fireworks in the background, we're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
But yeah, my neighbors
For
will
the same
probably be
reason.
shooting off fireworks because they shoot
Yep.
fireworks off because it's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Our
They're
holiday's
gonna
on
be
the
firing
1st,
Wisconsin
so it should be
fireworks soon,
fine.
so.
Okay.
I live in Texas, so you know,
Yeehaw.
anytime
Yeah.
there's a weekend, there's probably a
Yeehaw.
firework going off.
Yeah.
Fireworks shooting, you know.
You
All
always
right.
have to wonder: is it fireworks or is it gunshots?
Or a
They sound
car
very
backfiring.
different, but
If
Yeah.
only you could tell the difference, like I can.
I know, right? I can tell the
A Texan
difference,
can
but
tell the
it's-
difference. All of us.
No,
are like,
no, I can't.
JTC
No, I can't.
cannot.
I
It's okay.
have
don't
you
can
gone
tell
to the
the
range
distinct
yet,
differences.
JTC?
Yeah, I've shot a gun.
Was it fun?
But I had. It was so you know it. Okay, so
Shall we wrap
my
up before
very
we start this story?
I just real quickly, my very first shot was a bullseye because I had no idea what to expect, and then I proceeded to not hit one for like another 30 shots.
That's amazing. All right, let's do some golden buzzers. Nicole.
Cora. For making shiny axe. And also
making-
dealing with
I just want to look cool.
That was so
all of the
cute. I loved
transmogs.
that.
Yeah.
All right, Lucius.
It also goes to Cora for inspiring the orcs with her Segojan ways.
Cora.
I'm gonna give it to Kothar. There was something specific that I remember thinking, like, "Damn, that's golden buzzer worthy." I think it was like maybe remembering about the stone speaker crystal, or just like there were a few really good moments, like identifying that the water was an issue and like immediately trying to cleanse and all that. Very
Hey,
clever.
You guys picked up on that. I was gonna have like half of your group just turn into water zombies. Yaslin.
Cora for the rope trick.
Yeah.
The rope trip kitchen. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that you had that happen.
Yeah.
Before you left, Kothar.
I'm gonna give it to Nero for the description of like turning into Venom. That's pretty cool.
It's not venom. I will tell you that much. But it's
Venomous.
similar. Yeah.
Nero.
I'm gonna give it to Nakul for saying that Kothar doesn't swallow.
I missed that.
Oh my gosh, it was such a good setup. What did he
Oh.
say? It's in out of text. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it was
See y'all
something,
next time.
it was with the water. It was the water thing because he was like, "Why aren't you taking water walking?" And he's like, "Well, somebody has to go down. It's not like you will."
Oh wow.
Yeah. Nicole's had another sassy thing that everyone else missed too about.
I was
Oh no, I caught it. I
dying.
just didn't say anything because of course I don't
That
want to
one?
say.
No, about the
no,
rings.
It's the other one.
Is
About the
Kothar a
rings.
Pillow princess?
Mhm.
All right, guys. See you guys next week. The next time, bad as we
Congratulations for your
Yes.
golden buzzer.
Hey.
You guys are gonna
Thanks.
Another fun.
because we didn't get to the combat till the very end. You keep all of your inspirations that you got this week and just carry them over to next week. And I'll see you guys all next week. You did so good. I'm so proud of you
Didn't
all.
you say we had 3?
Yeah. Everyone has 3 except for Nicole has an extra
I
one.
used one,
Says
I
zero.
I
think.
used one.
Yeah, just make sure you're
I
tracking
still
all
have
that.
3.
'cause I can't track it because my brain is fried.
Fair
Alright,
enough.
guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye.